Welcome to another episode of The Bastard Sermon. This is one of your three hosts, Cody Hucker,
Patrick Seta,
and Luke Young.
And today we've got on our good friend Sean Moore. Give it up, motherfuckers.
what's up?
Hey, guys.
Thanks for coming on, Sean. Really quickly, a couple announcements. As always, go check out the SDC podcast with Joey O'Neill. Check out Between the Covers with his wife. And we've got a big event coming up down at the Pike Tattoo Company on Alexandria Parkway in Cold Springs, Kentucky. If you guys can make it out on October the 26th, they're having an all-day-long $30 tattoo thing. You can come in, get a $30 tattoo, tip your fucking artist. It's not just $30. Give them a fat old tip, help them out. We're going to be down there doing a live podcast. If you guys want to come in while you're waiting in line and talk to us, get to meet us, hang out during the show, what the fuck ever, get a $30 tattoo, come hang out. There's live music down the street. It's going to be a fucking blast. Please come out and join us for that.
Motel Faces will be the band playing.
And one more big announcement between me and Sean. Me and Sean are actually about to start a podcast of our own. We don't have a name for it yet, but I figured that we should announce it as of now because, I mean, at least we'll be forced to do it now that we've started.
Now we
live.
have to.
Oh, God. Now we actually have to do it. Fuck. I didn't want to do this until now, but now that we've said it, we have to. All right. That's all of our announcements. Let's get right into some dumb shit.
Yeah, so speaking of tattoos, Cody said we were all going to get a little bit of flash because we like to support our guests that come on our show. And Cody said he's not going to get any flash. Why aren't you going to get any flash, bro?
I don't know. It's not that I'm definitely not going to get any flash. I just, I don't know what to get or where to get it. I don't know what to... what am I going to do? I'm going to get, just a tattoo just to get a tattoo?
Yeah.
I know that's fine, but, if I'm going to get a tattoo just to get a tattoo just because it's cool, I'm going to get something that I want, and I will pay the price to get that tattoo. I don't want to get, $30 tattoo just because it's, you could get a $30 tattoo.
You could probably get a pretty sweet cherry on, your waist.
Yeah. Right above the waistline.
Get on your fucking butt.
That's worth $30.
Get a little dingleberry, next to it, a berry.
Get an actual berry.
Like a raspberry right next to my ass. And
I think that'd be great.
I've always got dingleberries on my ass.
Well, make sure it's brown, too, and I think it'd be just perfect.
Luke was so confident before this started, I'm going to roast him. Start the episode, Cody. Hurry up. Let's get on the mics, Cody. Come on, bro. I got you.
You're in the ring now, boy.
And then we get on the mics, and Luke couldn't be quieter. What's up, Luke? What do you got for me, bud?
I'm fucking stoned, bud. What do you want from me?
Oh, don't blame it on being stoned now. You weren't stoned 3 seconds ago when you were ready to roast
Luke,
me to death.
You were just calling Cody such a bitch.
I just don't understand why you won't go ahead and just do it, bud.
Yeah, you are being a bitch.
It
dude.
can be anywhere on anything.
Dude, if I guess what? Every single fucking tattoo I've ever gotten has been completely impulsive. I thought about it the week or 2 weeks ahead of time.
And
every fucking time I've gotten a tattoo, even though that they'd have nothing to do with anything or any meaning at that time, I go back and think about what I was going through in my life at that time. And it just has a way more meaningful experience later down the road.
For me, I don't care at all about the meaning of tattoos. That's not what I'm saying. My point isn't.
How do you find something you want?
My point isn't I'm gonna only get a tattoo if it means something to me. If it's this is the day that my father died. I'm not gonna do fucking that. That's not what tattoos are to me. It's the same as my art. I think my shit looks cool, and that's why I make it, because I like making cool looking shit. I want to get a cool looking tattoo. That's the extent of my thought process on it. There's nothing. It's just that nothing really appeals to me that's on a $30 flash sheet. I want something more intricate.
Get it on your ass.
So if I'm gonna get a tattoo,
yeah, get on your butt, bitch.
Just get on your ass. You're such a bitch.
All right.
God,
well, you really talked me into it.
But I'll get mine on my butt. Promise.
Really?
Swear.
I'll get an ass
You guys
tattoo.
can be butt buddies.
Oh my God!
If you get your fucking flash tattoo on your butt, I'll get one on my butt.
Really? I'll get it on my ass. If
Shake
you do.
on it. Shake on it right now. All right.
Seals.
But it has to be something dumb.
Get ready, Soap. It's coming.
Can I pick it?
It's coming, Soap. No.
Absolutely not. It's going on my ass. Are you gonna get an ass tattoo, Pat?
No, I didn't shake on it.
No, I can't ruin my perfectly
I'm getting it somewhere else.
sculpted ass.
I already have a plan for where I'm putting it.
This guy's gonna fucking have her doodle up a stick of butter.
Oh, that would be fucking hilarious.
Have it coming halfway unwrapped out of his butt cheek.
Yeah,
and
a little
shit.
bit of melty underneath. Yeah, I think that's a good fucking idea. I wonder if she.
Oh, we didn't announce.
Or baby carrots.
This is important, guys. We didn't say what time we were gonna be there. I'll be there setting up at 4 p.m. The event starts at 12, and we'll be starting the podcast about 6 p.m. So,
Yeah.
sorry, we
What's
probably
fucking
should. The
cool-
time's probably important.
Yeah, but what's fucking cool about this event is that if you ever listen and you're around this area by us and you want to come and hang out, we will put you on the podcast. We're trying to have all the guests that are getting tattooed on. We want to have just meet with you people if you're even out there. But just just come on out. It's a good fucking time. Get a cheap ass tattoo, man.
Yeah,
like,
get
seriously.
a cheap tattoo. Talk
like
dumb
Cody's
shit with us.
getting one on his ass now because he's not a bitch now apparently. So if he can fucking do it, then you can.
Sean, are you coming down?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Will you get
You
a
about
tattoo?
to get a tattoo with us?
Yeah.
Want to get it
cool.
on your butt with us?
No.
Come on, man. Why? What do you? You
I'm
never look at
saving
your
that
ass.
for something special.
What are you putting on your ass?
I have no fucking idea.
But you're really gonna get something on your ass? Is that like
No,
the plan one
no.
day? Well, then why not do it? Like as
don't-
soon as
I
Luke
don't
said it,
see-
I was like, I don't. It just
You
doesn't
guys are doing it.
matter.
They're probably gonna charge you more because it's on your ass. No one
Nope,
wants to.
$30
tattoo
bucks.
on your ass.
30 bucks.
Especially a guy.
Soap's probably excited to hear that she's gonna do it on my butt.
Yeah.
I think that you would
Alright.
find it funny.
Yeah.
All right, do it.
She would love it.
You should do it.
I don't know her that well, but I feel like she's got that sense of humor.
Well, now she
She'd be cool
has
with
to
it.
since you've all.
We've all said it live on the
We've all
podcast
said
now.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and if
official.
you don't do it, you're a bitch.
This shit's not getting edited out.
Yeah.
So we have to do it now.
It's
Fuck.
happening.
All right, October 26th, we're getting a butt
Yeah,
tattoo.
they're all gonna get butt tattoos, and I'm gonna
Come
watch,
check
'cause
out
I
our
would shake.
butts.
Yeah, you guys want to look at my ass for?
I like my butt.
We'll post it on the podcast.
I got a
or-
pretty nice butt.
You probably got like the cleanest butt. That's like it's like a turtle shell back there. Dude.
Well, you know, because I have red hair, my hair comes off very light, so my butt looks very smooth, but there's hair on it.
probably like the softest hair. You probably got like a nice back pussy going on.
nice
Yeah.
back pussy, Patrick.
Yeah, yeah,
What-
some fucking hair
What's a
above
back?
it.
Back
That's
up
it.
a second.
Look,
what is
when
a
you're
back pussy?
Italian or you got some fucking European in you, some European
You got some
blood.
gagagoo in
You got the ghoulie, and then you get a little bit of back pussy. Back pussy is like hair
Is
above
that
your
in
ass
the
Can you
crack.
show us your back pussy right now, Pat?
I don't think I got any, to be honest.
You just claim that you have a back pussy.
I mean, I
but-
might. We can check.
All right, let's see Pat's sweet back pussy. Show the camera, Pat. Oh, Jesus. I didn't need your whole fucking butthole and shit. Good Lord, Patrick. He was like, look, here's my back pussy, and he spread his butt cheeks
Look, it
to us.
goes down a
and-
little bit, you know?
Oh.
Cody, let's be honest that every single person on this podcast
Pat,
right
show
now
us
has
your
seen
pic-
your whole ass, okay? We've
How?
all seen, dude, I just posted a picture of you.
Oh, you mean everybody in this room? I thought
Yeah,
you meant
yeah.
everybody listening. I was like, it's not like
They
the
could've.
logo for the podcast and shit. My hairy fucking furry butt cheeks and shit.
No. It's not like some you Google your name and you find your ass cheeks.
Like pictures of my ass.
It will
before
be
pictures of
fucking
me.
soon, bud.
That is so funny. That makes me think of there was this guy Eric Grounds he's an avid listener, a true bastard. He posted on our page his recent shit, and I gotta say, it looked like a fucking slush puppy. This looked fucking.
This was
nasty.
I didn't know
actually
what I
just a few hours before the episode that's recording right now. He
I didn't
shared
know
this with
exactly
us.
what it was
Ugh.
at first. It looked like a dish because I work in food, so it looked like
That's what I
bong water.
Look, so it looks like a fucking
Yeah, I
plate,
see
like
that.
a
I
white
know.
plate on a fucking like a wood countertop or like a. And I'm looking at this like, what is this nice dish? And I'm looking for the name. I'm like, is that my dude Corey making up some like amazing food right now? And then I keep looking and I'm like, that's a toilet bowl with shit in it, sir. And the shit's like bright green.
It's so green,
It looks like he
but it
shit
looks
up.
like putt-putt water.
It looks like you emptied a green Fun Dip into a toilet bowl. Like it's just.
It really does.
I don't understand.
That's an apt description.
His description is 40 BK nuggets and a black cherry slushy made this.
Well, he posted earlier before this like a fuck ton of fucking nuggets, like individual small nugget packets on his stomach or some shit, or his what I don't know if he posted on the page, but he fucking annihilated that dude.
Eric Grounds is a savage. Thank you for sharing that, sir. We need more poop posts on the Bastard Sermon page.
Show us your brown.
fucking poop post pictures, man. If you fucking snap some rare dookies to your friends, save them, send them our way.
Yeah.
We need them.
Some rare dookies.
Yeah,
We'll start a segment, Dookies of the Week,
Well,
from
I
our
mean-
fucking bastard listeners.
I know
or
that
something.
when you
Dookie
get-
of the week, yeah.
I know that when you guys are at work listening to us, taking a shit, trying to escape actually being on the clock, like in there for 30 minutes scrolling through the internet listening to the Bastard Sermon, you're taking a mean old fucking
Yeah.
fiery dump because you don't treat your body well like I don't. And I know that there's some fucking like prize like winning fucking photos in there. in
Yeah,
that
sneak
dump,
a peek,
like,
dude. Just sneak a peek.
one of those National Geographic pictures of the
Is it worth
year
it?
and shit in the toilet. Come on, man. And
Yeah.
frame that shit like Eric did. Make him look at it for
Cody-
a second. Like, don't let it be an obvious turd. Is that a snake or a manga? Hold on, that's a shit. What the fuck?
Is that
Like,
putt-putt water?
How about artistic photos of your shit? Do something creative with your shit. Don't
Yeah,
just
use like the
Don't-
diarrhea to
not
put
just
some
in the
sprinkles
toilet.
around the side.
Get creative with it. Make it a work of modern art.
If
Yeah.
you have like a snake, like one coming out of the water,
Put a
or if
filter.
you've got like floaters, like you got an asteroid field in your fucking toilet bowl, send it our way.
dude, I remember when I was a kid, My dad used to show me his shits if they were good shits all the time, but he would be like he was like making dinner and he was like, wait, can you watch the stove for a second? I gotta take a dump. He like runs to the bathroom, takes a dump, and he comes out and he's looking back and forth and shit and being all sneaky. And he was like, Cody, come here, it's really important. And I was like, what, Dad? And he was like, come here. He was like, don't be loud. I can't. And then he's like trying to not like get my stepmom's attention that's in the other room. And I'm like, okay, all right. He was like, shut up, Gail's gonna hear you. I was like, okay, I'm coming. And he brings me into the bathroom and he was like, look at this masterpiece. And he lifts up the toilet bowl and there's a fucking snaked up cobra. My dad had like, he was like, you don't know the type of effort to not break this thing, Cody. But I had to swirl my butt cheeks like a soft serve machine. And then like, as I felt it like coming out, I did one good, and then it like, it left the head. He was like, do you see the cobra head? He was so proud of his masterpiece.
Dad is fucking Randy Marsh, bud.
Yeah, 20 Keurigs.
I remember that distinctly from my childhood. So, like, if you have one of those, like, something that you have to show somebody, please, the Bastard Sermon podcast group is your page to share it on.
If you have pictures of your dad's shits, send them our way. Dad shits are fucking powerful.
Ew.
Your fucking dad had some rare shits. My dad has legendary shits. My dad had fucking colon cancer.
What if this is what the whole page just becomes?
He had.
It already has.
We don't have control.
He had to get rid of it, they cut out a large portion of his lower intestine. So poop doesn't have all the time it needs to get solid. So when he takes his shits, they're fucking shotgun floods. They're fucking hitting the goddamn toilet like a bomb going off.
And then he stands up to wipe and he drips it all over the seat. When you take your pictures, if you got toilet,
like a soap sponge.
If you got drips on the bowl, like, you gotta fucking get that in the picture too. That reminds me.
But the smell is just like the thing that haunts you. Like when you knew the old man was going in the shit, you had to give it a couple of hours to air out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to fucking light a match for sure. That's where the saying comes from. Dad poops.
All candles, bro.
Candles?
That was the secret.
I've shit in so many public bathrooms with so many atrocious smells going on, like just a symphony of like awful fucking tire fire smells while I'm trying to take a dump in peace at
Your
work.
eyes are burning.
There's dudes in there, like just fucking, and there's kids like playing drums on the fucking sink, like the most uncomfortable shit scenarios ever. That's what I think about when I'm trying to take a dump at work.
I'm sure Sean can relate because when we worked at like aerospace or engineering, any of those manufacturing kind of plants or whatever, people don't give a shit if you hear them shit.
I have a picture on my phone of the bathroom on like my second day.
Post. Let me see it.
Can you send it to me in a message?
Rare poop pic on your phone.
A
right
rare
now?
poop pic?
It's just. I don't want to say where
Is
I
this
work.
about to be the
You don't
first
have
day
to.
of the week?
This may or may not be the bathroom from that location.
This could have been from a previous job.
Maybe
Who
not.
knows?
Yeah.
But oh yeah, you showed me this picture. This is fucking craziness. Wait for him to get this shit pulled up. But I've been through some fucking destructive like public bathroom scenarios where I just had the shit right then and there, and I didn't know. It was like the train spotting bathroom, like you're walking like the nastiest toilet in all of Scotland type shit, and you're just looking around. There's fucking shit crawling on the floors and on the walls, and you just gotta go. You're hovering butt cheeks, hoping that most of it's making it into the bowl.
You gotta hover at that point. You don't sit.
There's
on that
no
thing
toilet
at
paper.
all.
Just fucking like. Fucking buy the
toilet paper. You gotta shit anyway.
No, you gotta buy the newspaper as you leave so that you can stuff it in your pants so you have something to sit on when you go to leave the gas station. You ever been there, guys?
No. What are you talking about?
Is this a real thing you've experienced? Yes.
So detailed.
What is wrong with you?
Please tell me this story.
You're a grown man.
You're sick. You're gonna be the one that's gonna be posting your shit on the Bastard Sermon page, dude. But I want to hear about this story. What do you mean you had to fucking newspaper? What, you couldn't wipe your ass? So you had to stuff yourself like a man pond or something?
I was driving to Indiana to go to this casino for a family like birthday event and shit.
Yeah.
And on the way up there, I had to take a gnarly dump. And like on the way to the fucking dump, Sean's got the bathroom picture pulled up really quickly. This is essentially the bathroom that I had to go take a shit in. Is the thing that he just pulled up right here. You guys watching probably can't see it that well because of our
Finish your story
screen.
real quick.
All right, so
I
go up to, I can't remember if it was like Argosy or Hollywood Casino, but I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna shit right now, and then I had to like swerve off, like cut off 3 lanes of traffic to get into the speedway, almost like hit the ditch and shit. I'm running in like, where's the bathroom key? Like, bathroom is only for paying customers, and I was like, I'm fucking throwing my credit card and like a Twinkie at the dude, and they're like $5 minimum or 25 cents upcharge. I was like, I'm gonna shit myself in front of you right now, man. Please ring me up. It rings me up. I go fucking bolting off to the bathroom. I walk into the bathroom. It looks like this this fucking stall in here, there's toilet paper, shit's crawling, everything's fucking disgusting. There's murky fucking black shit water that won't flush, and there's like, it's moving in there. It looks like the trash pit from fucking Star Wars and the New Hope or whatever, where they dump them in there. It looks like there's sludge, and there's probably a monster floating around ready to fucking jump inside of my asshole. And I go and take my dump, like full hover, and then I go to reach underneath for the fucking toilet paper, nothing. And then I go to slide the thing over to get to the other one, and I'm just like, I had one square of toilet paper that I had to like somehow, and then of course it breaks, and I like just all peanut butter fingers and shit like that.
Ew!
Then you gotta wash your hands.
You sick fuck.
You gotta wash your hands like with steel wool and shit to get. You take a layer of skin and nail off to make sure that it's clean. And then fucking get out of that bathroom, and I'm just like, what the fuck do I do? There's way more poop in my butthole. This gas station is empty, too. You would think close to the casino, they've probably got money. Nope, everybody's coming here is either broke or about to be broke. They're using the ATM
Or
in the
dead.
bathroom. Yeah, or heroin overdosed and shit. Like, they shoot themselves in a car for losing the kids' college fund. So there's nothing. This gas station isn't stocked. I'm looking for toilet paper, fucking paper towels, anything, napkins, nothing. But they had, like, one of those, like, fucking, that USA Today. Well, I don't even remember what it was. It was some fucking newspaper, and I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna put this in my underwear until I get to Hollywood Casino and fucking get to the bathroom. And like, yeah, I sat on that so that I didn't get shit in my I put it in between my asshole and my underwear so that it didn't like leak shit onto my underwear.
Good God.
I didn't like stuff my ass with toilet. It was
Extra.
newspaper.
Read all about it. You know,
It wasn't that bad when I finally got to. It was like a couple drips of poo on the. You could have still read it.
Are your bowel movements irregular? Do they just like hit you? Like you don't know when it's coming. They're just like, oh, I need to drop a fucking A-bomb now.
I think I'm like anybody.
Spontaneous
Sometimes
mud
Sometimes they're normal. I mean, sometimes I get some warning or I can hold it in or whatever if I'm at work. But sometimes it's like, I got to shit now. I don't care what's happening. Like my first baby's being born. See ya. I got to go take a dump immediately.
You getting a shit labor.
I can't
It's
remember.
because we
the
went to
last
school
time
in
I had a poo like
Hamilton.
that.
What is it?
It's because we went to school in Hamilton. 'Cause remember, Adam and Josh shit like that too, and I shit like that.
It has all to do with
we
the
were
Hamilton
drinking
water.
the Hamilton water.
I'm surprised we
The
didn't want.
cleanest water in the world.
Yeah, they would.
Fucking cleans you the
love the
fuck
water.
out, is what it does.
They would
It's not the
advertise
cleanest
it.
anymore.
They had the water department come to try to reassure us that it was the cleanest water in all of fucking Ohio.
like,
Butler County water is the cleanest water in all of Ohio.
Petri
And we're
dish
like,
or
well, then
some
why
shit.
are we all shitting out blood every time that we go to the bathroom? Like, I don't understand. No. It's
Healthy
great
poop
water.
blood.
That's when you know the water's great, when you have to have a government official come tell you that it's awesome. Like, oh, yeah, I'm sure it's awesome. If you're over here
Drink up,
reassuring me for no
bitches.
reason. Yeah. Drink twice as much water now.
Hey, as someone who lives in Hamilton, I love my tap water.
Do you really be drinking the Hamilton tap water? Is this on the-
Fucking yes.
Luke has the cleanest
It's the
poop
cleanest
out of all
in the
of us.
world.
Luke has completely. He's probably doesn't have to wipe.
Luke has rabbit
I
turds.
wipe.
All this man eats is like psychedelic substances, meat, fucking just like
What else do you
Reese's
eat?
eggs, no salads. He got a vegan cookie
Fucking
today.
No salad.
The
Andy
vegan cookie was probably
Caps-
fine, but he was like, nope, no meat in it. I don't think so. I'm not eating that
It
grass
tasted
bullshit.
like shit. I hated it. I had
Fucking
to move
eat-
on quickly. I ripped a piece off. I ate it, and I was like, no, it's not for me.
And you just take rabbit dumps. Sean, what are your dumps like? Tell us about your. We're on dumps right now. We gotta
Are you having normal bowel movements at the moment?
Yeah, I shit like
up to the mic, Sean.
4 times a day.
4?
Yeah,
That's
like
normal.
That's normal for
For
you?
me,
Cody.
yeah, like 4 times a
Right.
day is pretty
Solid
normal.
poops.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
2 times
normally,
is
yeah.
rare for me.
Yeah, 1 time, 2 times.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like 3 to 4. It's not like 4 to 5.
That's
I mean-
still a fuck ton of poops, dude.
I've definitely shit less than that in a day, but like 4
Yeah,
is pretty
same.
standard.
What's the most you've shit in one day?
Okay, if I'm sick, like 100
Nah,
times. I can't even-
being hold on,
count
being
it.
sick doesn't count. I'm talking about
That
just
would
a
be
normal
the
day.
Extreme, though.
I don't know, dude. Like, I guess. What about does hungover count?
I mean, hungover shit's a real thing.
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
I've taken 6 shits at work the other day, like 3 days ago. Like, just 6 shits at work.
You're the
because I
only
was-
person I've ever heard those words from, and I feel like
I feel like you don't talk to anybody
people
about.
just call you. No, I mean I talk about poop. You know, I talk about poop with my peers.
You hang out with nice people that don't abuse the shit out of their body, though.
No,
Pat.
you don't. I mean, they might work with me, but they could be fucking maniacs.
Yeah, but how
Yeah,
often
yeah.
are you guys
They
discussing poops
probably
at work?
are.
They probably are fucking maniacs. Who knows,
They
Do you
are
think they're
maniacs.
enough of a maniac to buy a $600 Jeff Goldblum statue?
dude? What the fuck? Well, wait, hold on. What about this fucking photo?
If I fucking
Oh yeah, we never got to Sean's thing. So set this up for us, Sean.
Yeah. So this is what you walk
No.
into to take a morning dump.
No, I opened the door. Oh, yeah. I opened the door and look inside, and I was like, what the fuck? And I just stood outside of it, like, audibly, like, yelling, what the fuck? And the guy walks up to me and says, what the fuck's going on here? I was like, I don't know. It just looked like this. He's like, that sucks, bro. I was like, yeah, that sucks for the guy who's got to clean that shit up.
And you walk out.
And then he looks down at the ground. And he's like, I'm that guy. And he fucking. I was like, oh damn, dude. Well, have fun.
I got
the bathroom.
I got a question about this though. Was that wet? That looks really,
What's up with
really
the fucking
dry.
floor?
It looks like it's been there so long, it's been cemented to it.
Yeah, I just see this like hard sludge substance that's all over
This
the
is
ground.
from a day.
And the only two clean spots are the feet, where the feet are fucking grinding up against the sludge.
It looks fine every morning.
So
this is
wet?
what it looked like the one time.
How do you take a dump
So
like
is
that?
it wet?
Yeah, is it soaked in there?
Yeah, is
Yeah,
that poop wet or
soggy.
is that solid?
There's shit in there. It's
Yeah,
all
it's
soggy.
probably a shit
all
carpet. Like
wet.
it's just been pushed down from the amount of people walking in there.
Did
and
you-
They piss on the floor and it just sludges up.
Sean,
This is no condition to masturbate. Not at all.
No, don't pull your.
how
dick
am I
out
supposed
here.
to beat off at work and all this?
Right.
This is unbearable for
Bullshit.
my jack off needs. Now, did you dig through all that toilet paper on the ground to see if you could find like cash or change or
No,
something?
I let the guy clean it up, and I just went and used the other one.
Like,
You mean-
this is bad enough for you to sit there and take a photo of it to show people? That must have been full to the brim. Like there's nothing like over that toilet bowl but just piss covered toilet paper.
Yeah, it was gross.
I could have lost my car keys in there, and I'd be like, well, I guess I'm gonna buy a new $300 key fob. It's over.
I've probably seen like 3 toilets worse than these, but didn't take a picture for whatever reason.
I've seen a fuckload of toilets as bad or worse than. Like, have you ever been to like a public park? Like, one
Yeah,
of
those are fucking
bathrooms?
awful too.
They never get cleaned ever. They've got like whole fucking spruce trees growing out of them and shit. And
I
it's fucking,
deliberately plan to poop before I fucking go to the park so I don't have to deal with that.
well, sometimes it just hits you while you're at the park.
You ever get off an exit and the sole purpose of the exit is to get to that BP right there? when you go to that BP,
That's
the restroom
everyone's.
in there, that's the one.
That was basically the thing that I got to in Indiana because I had been on the highway for a minute. There was
Right,
no
those
stops.
off the highway
I'm like,
shits.
Driving 160 miles an hour to try to get to the first gas station that I see, and that's what it was. Like that's why it was so fucking bad because that's where
That's where all
everybody
those
goes.
truckers stop. All those trucker pills.
Dude, fuck that shit.
Good
All
lord.
right.
Yeah.
Well, whoever's crazy enough to destroy this bathroom is crazy enough to probably buy a $600 fucking Jeff Goldblum statue. What the motherfucker is
Yeah.
this?
So Rachel sent me a picture earlier and said, "Would you get this for me for Christmas?" And
He saved the link so he could get it for
it's
the.
fucking $600, and it's just fucking
Look, it's
Jeff
incredible.
Goldblum with his shirt off, like
It's
you know.
incredible. Look at that detail.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a
But
silver
John,
daddy.
if
Silver
the
daddy.
Pirates of the
if they were
Caribbean-
gonna charge $600,
You know,
it
it's
better look
it's
like
not
that.
incredible. It doesn't have the hair on the chest.
Oh shit!
Because look, if you're
Yeah.
gonna pay $600, I want hand sewn in fucking Jeff Goldblum chest hairs
Right.
from Jeff Goldblum's chest. I need them from Jeff Goldblum. Hold on, Jeff Goldblum, Jurassic Park. Now let's compare
Should be the
chest hair
first
on this.
picture.
Look at this shiny, hairy fucking chest. You're telling me that you're not gonna have a piece of hair on this? Hold on, where is it?
I love that gif.
Can we
Fucking
get?
Dr. Grant laying on him like the Triceratops.
Wait,
on his
is he
bare-ass
smooth?
Chest.
Did I remember chest hair wrong?
He
There's
just
no,
doesn't have a lot. Maybe it was just sweat.
There's no chest hair on Jeff Goldblum. I'm completely wrong about this.
I thought he had chest hair.
On second
course he
thought,
There's
shaves his
some
chest.
hair.
on second thought, bravo, Doctor. Or
Ian
what is
Ma-
this?
that's
yeah, I
fucking
didn't
the
realize
character.
it was the name of the character.
What's the
Yeah.
quote down there?
Chronicle Collectibles?
Yeah, but John,
When you're
the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists. Go on.
When you're choosing the ultimate pose for a definitive statue of Jurassic Park's Dr. Ian Malcolm, there's one iconic image from the film's rock star that stands at the forefront. Of course, we're talking about the shot where he's laying down with his shirt unbuttoned while recovering the T-Rex from the T-Rex attack.
I just saw that again recently. It still holds up.
Does it?
Not-
Yeah, it's still good.
The first
The
one
first
is.
one, yeah.
Yeah,
The
first
second
one's
one,
tiny.
not so much.
I saw the third one like shortly after, and for a while as a kid, that was my favorite. just because like they look the most like
They still hold up.
Real at the time.
real. Yeah,
Have you ever read the book Jurassic Park?
Sean, don't
but
be
it's
reading.
probably better. I read.
I used to.
Berserk.
I read a book once.
I read Berserk.
Sean's.
I read comics.
Just Berserk.
also read
I read
comics.
Berserk.
Have you
That's
read
it.
Berserk, Luke?
Yes, I actively read Berserk.
He's reading it right now. He's getting through the whole manga on his phone and shit like that.
Dude, it's fucking incredible.
It is.
So
That's a lot of
dark.
work.
The
It's
most-
like Dark Souls or something.
It's the most brutal fucking like anime that I've probably ever watched. I can't think of anything
Right.
that has an ending more twisted and fucked up than like
That
the,
shit fucked me up when I saw it. Like
we
I
talk
watched
about it?
I watched the series.
For the listeners that don't know, Sean, can you set up the premise of the story of Berserk?
I wouldn't even do that.
Why? 'Cause
I
it would
went-
spoil
I
it?
went in not knowing shit, and I feel
That's the
like
best.
that's the best way.
Have you ever seen it,
Get-
Pat?
You know,
You could
I saw that
spoil
there was
something
a.
just setting it up because it's all so like.
You'll
Once
ruin
certain
things by telling the
details are out,
intricacies
yeah.
of the story.
Just
Right.
go on Netflix, folks, and watch the Golden Age arc movies.
Isn't
One,
there like
two,
a
and
live?
Sean prefers
Or watch
the
the
anime.
series.
Is there a
Yeah,
live
I
action?
preferred the series.
There's a live action movie that just came out, right?
No, I don't think so.
Berserk?
I heard,
The movies.
Or is that
actually
Bleach?
I forget the fucking
origins,
director's
so.
name, but they said it's rumored that he's either working on a Berserk movie or a Bloodborne movie.
How do you guys feel
Either
about
way, that'd be fucking sweet.
these live action adaptations of animes?
It
Because-
depends.
Yeah,
Well,
it
give me a good
depends.
one.
Rurouni Kenshin is all right. I like
was
those
pretty
three. And then
Is that the
like
new one
Par-
that
I
just
like
came out? That's what I was
Parasite.
thinking about.
Parasite was pretty
Japanese version.
good. The Parasite live action wasn't that a 2-part movie too?
Yeah, I think so.
And it's a 22 or 24 episode like series, so like they break it down pretty good in 2 movies. Like there's some shit that they had to change and shit that they didn't do exactly to Parasite's like actual original series, but the live action was pretty solid. I give it up for their fucking like CGI and like the acting. Well, it's all in Japanese. You don't know if they're acting well or not, but they convinced me.
What's
The
up?
Attack on Titan movies were terrible.
They're terrible.
I didn't even watch them.
They're
I heard they were bad.
trash.
I heard they were
I
all the
garbage.
way
just
through.
knowing that it existed, it was
There's-
gonna suck.
There's one character in this film who uses an axe, a wood cutting axe. Yeah, and he
That's his
grabs.
weapon?
Swear to God, and he grabs a Titan
It's
by the
effective.
fist, and then he fucking like judo flips this Titan on its back.
Get the fuck out of
This
here.
is a
Shut
real
the
fucking
fuck.
scene in the movie. It's
Pull that
it's
up.
That's why I
such-
didn't watch it.
It's such ass, dude. It's the worst anime movie
Whoa, dude,
adaptation
spoiler
I've
alert.
seen in a long while.
Why are you looking
Oh,
that up?
except for Death Note.
Yeah, Death Note was pretty
the
bad.
Death Note
American
was
version
trash.
was trash.
Yeah.
The
Japanese
Japanese
was
version was
fantastic.
okay. It wasn't bad. I like that how there was certain stuff that got changed.
Yes, I also like the sequel movie they made. That takes place. It's supposed to take place after
It's
the
called
books.
like L changes the world, change the world or something.
That's
I didn't watch that.
That's the title of the book where he wins and he beats
Fuck
Light
are these
instead
clips?
of Light writing his name in the book.
What? Why are you looking this up?
I don't know what to look up to find this. Is there anything would they have a YouTube clip of this that we could find the fucking goofiness of?
Axe guy.
I tried to
Axe guy.
Axe
It's
guy
alright.
flips Titan.
Axine? Axine? Well, while you're looking this up, back to my original point, the Jurassic Park book is good as fuck. It's gory
Might
as
be
shit
that
and
second
rated R
one.
as fuck. If you ever get a chance, read that. I read that book in 2 days.
What is it?
The Jurassic Park book. It's brutal as fuck. People's intestines getting ripped out by dinosaurs and shit, and they just go really in, and like it happens completely different than the movies.
How? So like even the
Is it like a
characters-
horror book?
Some people died that did not die in the movies, you know, and like Dr. Ian Malcolm, he dies in the book.
Oh really?
But in the Lost World book, they bring him back with some fucking cloning tech or some bullshit. I don't remember exactly.
they cloned him like the way they cloned the
He's the
dinosaurs.
only
Yeah.
one that could save us now.
And now
Jeff
he's part
Goldblum.
reptilian, and Dr. Ian Malcolm's half dinosaur, and now he fucking
They were
runs-
talking about doing
Taking
that
over the
for one of
country.
them.
He runs Jurassic Park as Dinosaur Man.
Were they really talking about doing that?
Yeah,
for
they
one of them?
had these sketches. This was years
Wait, what?
ago. I saw this. They had these sketches of like half dinosaur, half people things,
Oh,
and they were
fucking
gonna
yeah.
put that
They were gonna put
They're
that in
gonna put that
Jurassic
in,
Park
like-
3 or some shit.
either 3. Yeah, I think it was just.
Or
3.
no, was it the new Jurassic World they were gonna do? Where it I remember
I don't
reading
know
about
how
that
long
too.
Jurassic World was in production, but I know there was some kind of movie that was supposed to have that in it.
Some
These
weird
sketches were
shit.
like weird. I'm glad they didn't go with it.
Yeah, that's a
They
dumb
could've
as
fucked
fuck
everything
idea.
up.
It's a
Right.
dumb as fuck idea.
It would have been fucking fun to get really stoned and watch like
Jurassic Park.
make fun of.
Half human reptiles.
Do you remember when me and you watched the new Independence Day and we just got stoned
my
and made fun of
God.
it the whole time?
That's
Like,
another one I didn't watch on purpose.
Horrible.
What the fuck?
Horrible movie,
That's
dude.
why, dude.
Oh my
fucking
God.
horrible. Me and Pat watched it and we would pause the movie to hold each other crying, laughing just to make fun of this fucking thing. It was so long ago. I wish that I still had jokes from it that I can remember,
Yeah.
but it was just like the worst acting of all time ever, even with like a star-studded cast. I can't.
Who was in it?
I can't
Look it
fucking-
up.
Let's
Like,
look it up.
that is something I want to research a little bit because that movie was the worst. It was really fucking bad. And you'd think they couldn't make that fucking bad. Was Jeff Goldblum in it?
Yeah,
He was in it.
Hold on, I'm looking
Shut
it up
up.
right now. Resurgence, that's what it's
Oh yeah,
called.
he was in it, and he acted like shit. They also had the
Motherfucker,
long-haired.
they had fucking Liam Hemsworth, they had Jeff Goldblum, Bill Pullman, fucking, I don't know. Maybe these names aren't as fucking recognizable.
Yeah,
as I
who the
thought.
fuck are they? Who cares shit about the rest of them? But seriously, yeah, they had the means, but damn, that movie was fucking.
Look at their budget.
garbage.
$165 fucking million. You couldn't make a decent movie. The CGI was
Yeah, what the
bullshit.
fuck?
Everything about that movie was
They made a decent
garbage.
enough movie to fucking make
They-
389.7 million.
Yeah, they more than doubled their money, and they shouldn't have. I wish that they.
Wild. Was this
They
in
don't even
theaters?
deserve it.
Was
I
it
wish
in theaters?
The writer and director, yeah, it was in.
What the
You think they
fuck?
made that off straight to DVD
I
copies
don't.
and shit?
Straight to
sometimes-
Netflix.
Sure.
Yeah, straight to Netflix.
Dude, what the fuck?
Those straight to Netflix movies, I feel like the critics fuck those people over that make series on Netflix because they don't get pre-screeners to them.
So
So
they're not in
like,
the theaters. And
dude,
shit.
every time lately with movies, have you guys been like reading critic reviews and they'll be
Yeah.
like 2 out of 10, and you're like, what the fuck, that looked great, and then you go to the Rotten Tomatoes or the IMDb or whatever
89%.
on all of the fucking audience scores, and you're like,
Yeah.
wait, are they purposely fucking these movies over? Like, I don't understand. Like,
It's kind of like the Venom thing going on right now. Like Rotten Tomatoes. I haven't seen Venom yet. I still kind of want to see it.
I want to see it too.
Yeah, but basically they gave him like a 28% on fucking Rotten Tomatoes, and then the audience score gave it like 88%.
Here it is, 31% on Rotten Tomatoes, and then if we go to audience score, 88 fucking
Yeah.
percent. Like, what the fuck? Average rating, 4.3 out of 5. Like, I don't understand how they're just fucking them that hard. Then IMDb, 7.1 out of 10. 95% of Google users like it. Maybe it's just Rotten Tomatoes is fucking corrupt.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say that because when I do trust their opinion on a lot of things because there is.
I used to,
usually
dude,
it's
but-
accurately. I mean, what is another example of a movie that they rated like shit
I
and
think
you enjoy?
Natural Born Killers was like that for a while. I don't know if it's still like that, but it got dog shit reviews. Yeah, 47%
47%.
on Rotten Tomatoes, and then if you go to the audience score, it's 81%. There's a bunch
That's
of
one of
movies
my
that are like
favorite
that.
movies.
I love that fucking movie, and it's got a 47% from critics. Like, what are you talking about, man? That's an amazing movie. There's
I
a
own that
bunch
shit
of shit
on
like that.
DVD.
So, there's a new John Travolta movie coming out,
So-
and it's called Grotti or something, or Gotti, and it's
It already came out.
0% on Rotten. It's already out. I want to watch that.
Can you
'cause it's so bad.
imagine-
0% on Rotten Tomatoes?
Can you imagine making a movie and then having somebody fucking just spending like a year of your life producing this movie? There's fucking hundreds of people involved. You put your life effort into this. You've interviewed members of the Gotti family.
Trained your
You've
whole
written
life.
scripts and storyboards, and you guys have spent hundreds of millions of dollars. It's
This
a
is your
huge
big
thing.
break.
And then some critics are just like, it's a 0.
That's
in
gotta be
1
so
second, just
shit.
ruin
What if that
everything.
happened to like Avatar when it came out?
That movie was awesome. Yeah, this thing, it doesn't even have a fucking Rotten Tomatoes on. Oh, yes, it does. 0% with 44 reviews. 50% of the audience liked it.
Jesus Christ!
It
Like,
still means
damn.
it's a shit movie.
I mean, he looks terrible.
Y'all motherfuckers gave it a 0, though.
Probably
Like, that's
supposed to.
cold as
Well,
fuck.
look at the critic. What does the critic say? Like,
knows?
let's see.
Who cares?
Good. Well, I mean,
He looks distractingly terrible at every stop. Like, the first shit that they have to say is how terrible John Travolta looks. Like, what does that have to do with the plot, you fucking dickheads? You never forget that you're watching John Travolta playing John Gotti every time.
I'd rather wake up next to a
because-
severed horse head than watch Gotti again.
They're throwing in Godfather jokes, these motherfuckers.
oh man, what else they say? It's hilarious.
This one-
Starring in this mobster biopic that deserves to get whacked is an offer Travolta should have refused. Insane testimonials from Gotti supporters at the end are as close to this shit show we'll ever get to good reviews.
Should we keep reading so we
Yeah.
can hear more weenies make shitty puns about horrible fucking, like, this just horrible fucking mob jokes in every single one of them? Hold on, I bet we can find one right away.
Have you ever, speaking of critics and reviews, have you ever looked up like how bad the fucking I cannot even think off the top of my head. Gummy bears. That's what they're called. The fucking Harachi. What are they called? In the
What?
gold package. The,
Haribo.
Yeah, they get like shitty ass reviews.
Only
And it
the
talks about how-
sugarless ones.
Yeah, well, how do you say that?
Haribo.
What was it?
That's what-
Diarrhea?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
the
like
thing?
serious
Oh, yeah.
diarrhea and shit.
I don't fucks with Haribo, dude.
You know, they can be tasty from time to time if you like pour a little.
Dude,
Sugar
I'm
on
a
them.
Trolley fan till death, my guy. Trolley gummy bears, fucking gummy worms, sour gummy worms. The sour gummy octopuses are where it's at.
Oh, those are good as fuck.
you
Look
get
up
8 gummy worms connected
Bad
to one
reviews.
core worm.
No, dude, these are just like if you just go to the sugar-free reviews and scroll, you'll find hilarious fucking reviews all the time. Performed exactly as advertised. This dude wrote an entire
I
fucking
won't-
college thesis on this.
Who
read all
writes
of it.
reviews like that? There's so many people that fucking put paragraphs and like fucking hours.
This is what
of
Cody
fucking
does
reviews.
when he's drunk at night.
Dude, I just went into the. I just
He
picked
gets
a.
pissed off at Haribo gummy bears.
Start just writing 10,000 reviews.
Fucking
I
gummy
believe
bears.
Pieces of shit. No, look, I'm just going to go to a random fucking sentence in this. Shortly before lunch, my unholy wrath began to strike. This is a real Amazon review. My unholy wrath began to strike. My supply room is one door down from the latrines, and the row of male commodes is on the other side of the wall from my desk. It was the first, but it was not the last. It was initially heralded by the sound of Gabriel's trumpet escaping the sphincter of one poor soul. He hit the latrine and sounded as if he kicked the stall door open. For the next 30 minutes, I listened to the sounds of a live humpback whale being butchered by a blind man wielding a chainsaw.
See, you did write this.
Oh yeah, this totally sounds like you, Cody.
This does reek of me. I didn't write
That's
this.
what I'm
but-
saying.
Like the long
That's the kind of people that do it. Is people like you. That's seriously who it is.
Look, I like
They're
how
just
there's
ranting in fucking gummy bears.
there's
4 o'clock in the morning.
drunk.
There's a 5-star review, and it says it worked like a charm. Bought these after reading the reviews, and it decided to prank my cousin. It worked like a charm. After eating handfuls, he was on the toilet for days. He continued to eat them, not knowing they were causing this explosive diarrhea. Only when he finished the bag did I decide to reveal my secret.
156 people find this helpful.
5 stars. 5 out of 5. Would buy again. The horror at 30,000 feet.
This motherfucker wrote like a 9-page novel and shit. He starts when his flight leaves, when he ate the gummy bears. I just assume this ends with fucking him shitting his.
I
just
recommend
blood
these
out.
bears to anyone, is what they say. Please eat them responsibly. Scroll down a little bit more. I'm going to see one more.
All right.
9-page novel, boy. That's a friggin'
Yeah.
pamphlet.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Whatever.
The
son.
perfect revenge candy. 5 out of 5. Good cleanser. I've been sitting in my toilet for 5 hours in excruciating pain. 10 out of 10 would purchase again.
Fantastic.
You
Well,
know
I
what you're
guess
getting into
today's-
yourself at this point.
Today's episode is sponsored by Haribo sugarless gummy bears.
I was just thinking that.
Damn. Yeah, for real. Like, someone reach out to them.
All right.
Make them email us.
Sean, you said you had stuff that you had specifically not talked about because you wanted to talk about it on the podcast. Let's get into that shit.
Yeah.
No, let's let Luke talk about that first.
Wait, what was it?
Huh?
I don't even know what
He
the
wanted to
setup
talk
is.
about video games.
Video
Oh,
games.
video
I love
games.
talking about video games.
Segue off a cliff. All right, let's do it.
Video game
Video
time.
games? I don't know where to start, but I'm
What are you playing?
I am playing currently The World Ends with You HD on the Switch because I loved it when it was on the 3DS or not 3DS, the DS, and then
I never
I'm
heard of it.
playing Assassin's
You
Creed.
can get it for
Odyssey.
free on an emulator on your phone.
Oh, wow.
Or
Did you
for
pay for it?
$350
Yeah.
plus the price of the game.
And what else are you playing?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
You know,
That's
that's
that good?
It is.
Is it better than Origins?
It is.
Why?
It's very Witcher-esque.
Oh.
I love The Witcher. so
interesting.
you said
My
that
problem with the Origins was there's too much sand. It's like that IGN review, Too Much Water. I was like, man, this is too much sand.
No,
Much
it's
fun.
the landscape and traversing it is a lot better than Origins was.
You were telling me that there's like mythological beasts you can fight in Odyssey
Yes,
and
sir.
all kinds
I saw
of crazy
that.
shit. Is there like
Hydra?
Gorgons and Hydra and fucking all this crazy
It's
shit?
like Medusa
Don't know about
in there,
Hydra,
right?
but Medusa, Cyclops, the
Gangster.
boar that Heracles fights.
Mhm.
All
the centaurs.
How
and
did they
fucking
fit
shit
this
like
in
that.
Assassin's Creed
Centaurs,
lore?
I'm
I know,
not sure.
right?
I don't
That-
understand.
I'm not sure.
Fuck it. That's
I'm
how.
not
They
sure.
still have to put that
I'm not that
disclaimer
far yet.
at the beginning. This may or may not be based on real events, blah, blah. Like,
This
we
is the
apologize to anyone. We're made up of all races and creeds here at EA.
Wait, why they put that in?
Ubisoft,
there?
Yeah, they put that in the
right?
intro.
Yeah, it's
Why?
Ubisoft.
Because they're fucking liars. That's
Wait,
why.
what? I
They
don't
make
think-
up they make up fictional stories with real characters, and they don't want any of their descendants to be offended.
Or sue the living fucking shit out of him is
Right.
probably the real like cause for worry.
That was
there.
my great granddaddy.
And now I need fucking $800,000 for you fucking his life story.
He meant a lot
video
to
game.
me.
Yeah.
I tried playing Origins like 5 times, and I can't get past the
Dude,
tutorial.
I
It
get
is
it.
so bad.
It's slow. It takes a
You
long
gotta
while
follow
to pick
people
up
in Assassin's
Origins.
Creed games.
fucking hate it.
You gotta crouch behind a bush and creep up on everybody.
But it takes a while to really get into Origins. It's super slow, but I'd recommend beating it before. But you don't have to by any means. There's just cool stuff to learn. But Odyssey, it's different. They introduce different modes. Like there's I was telling Cody about it last night. There's when you start the game up, you can choose to play guided mode or exploration mode. Guided is the basic way to play, like Assassin's Creed or another game.
Like it's on a linear path. You get the
You get a
objectives on a
message
map
and then you get a
shit.
marker. Yes, and it shows you how far away it is and all that. Whereas if you pick exploration mode and you talk to someone and they go, "Hey, I need you to help me kill these pirates," and you're like, "Okay, I can do that." Typically, they would end there, and it would give you a marker as to where the pirates are. But where in exploration mode, they give you directions. They say it's southwest of this statue, and it's
No map?
northwest of here. No, you have a map, but you have to locate it yourself. You have to go there and find it. You have to use the markers and landmarks and directions that they told you to find it. It's all raw.
That's crazy.
You have to find clues to find who you're looking for. You gotta talk to people. They could be in completely different cities, and you have to find out how.
It's a cool concept, but like
Who
the
has that
concept
kind of free
That's
time?
what I was gonna say. It's gonna take you 400 fucking hours to complete one mission. Like,
Check
what
this
the
out,
fuck?
though. I know a guy who's actively playing it on exploration mode. This man already has 60 hours put into the game.
And he's
only
completed
got past
2
the first
missions.
mission.
Not even,
I was about to say.
he's not even halfway complete. He's fucking going like every question mark on his surrounded marker compass.
should be
He
interesting.
fucking just goes to it.
The same thing is going on with like the new Red Dead Redemption game, which comes out in 2 weeks.
So
Got that
excited for
reserved.
that.
Hey,
You can
that's
turn
the
off.
one I'm looking for.
Yeah, apparently you can turn off your map because that's optional, and then instead of like following the lines on the map where it directs you, you can actually just they'll point you in the right direction. People, civilians, you'll go and talk to them, and they'll tell you where to go. Should be interesting.
I've been intentionally not looking shit up on
Me
Red
too.
Dead
Me
because I
too.
want to just be fucking shocked by
Oh,
the
yeah, it
world
looks
surprise.
amazing.
I'm
You
trying
see,
not to either.
they're getting in trouble because their employees have had 100-hour work weeks.
100-hour work week.
That isn't
100
that
hours.
They should be getting in trouble. That's what all fucking video game companies
I
start.
Anime
work
studios.
48 hours a week, and I'm like, God.
Yeah,
Imagine
double that.
working 100 fucking hours a week.
Double that and add 4 hours.
Look
Double
up-
what
you
you
don't
currently
want to
work
be there.
and then
You're
work
fucking
4
sad.
more.
Hold on. How much are they making though? Look up how much does the average Rockstar developer make, or what's an average Rockstar employee salary, or something like that. There's got to be some kind of reference on what developers make, because if they're pulling that kind of hours, it's gonna be $1 billion game. They're gonna make over $1 billion in profit probably.
Don't think that money is evenly distributed.
65
Oh, I'm sure it's not.
grand
It's
a year
absolutely not.
for a programmer.
And that's salary, so you're not getting paid to work 100 hours. You're getting
Yeah.
paid a fixed amount of
Yeah.
money every single week, and then they tell you work the 100 hours this week or find a different job. Fuckface, like they should be getting in trouble for it, but that's the price that some people pay for you to have video games when you want them. People bitch, moan, and complain about video games being delayed. They get upset. They fucking
happy
I'm
if
never
they do
buying
it.
anything from Rockstar ever again. Okay, well then don't act like you give a fuck when you find out about the 100-hour fucking work weeks of their employees and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
if you really cared about these people, if you really cared about the game being right, you would let them have the appropriate amount of time. There's plenty of shit to do and play. Like, there's Netflix. I sat down at work and added up the amount of hours it would take to
650.
watch everything on Netflix. No, we looked it up and did the math. It would take like 99 full lifetimes of people living to be 100 years old to watch everything that's just on Netflix just now.
Well, what I was
and
just
people are
saying-
like, oh, the game that I want to play specifically isn't coming out. It's being delayed for a month. And it's like, give them fucking time. There's plenty
Right.
of other games to play. Sorry, go
Well,
ahead.
what I was going to say is that Netflix just added 650 hours worth of series just on there in the
Added.
past like month
It's
or
insane.
something
Hold
ridiculous.
on. Let's see how many hours of...
Yeah, that's a
Okay,
really good
but-
question. How many hours are? I don't even know how to look this up.
I think we can agree though that Tetsuya Nomura making everyone wait 13, 14 years for Kingdom Hearts 3 is a bit much.
Yeah, that's a little much.
But maybe they aren't torturing their employees in order to get that fucking accomplished.
Oh,
like
but
Rockstar.
they were dicking them and having them make 2 different Final Fantasies while working on that at the same time.
Oh,
The problem with Kingdom Hearts is I'm a fucking grown ass man now, and like back when I was interested in it, I wasn't.
Yeah.
Whoa!
All right, let's hear the debate. I'm gonna sit back for this one.
Like, oh, I'm supposed to look forward to the Toy Story world.
That's what I was saying when I
yes.
fucking saw it, because I was
You
like,
are.
"Well, I'm gonna look
Like,
forward to."
it's they got a Big Hero 6 world. That's cool.
Yeah, it
but
is.
like,
Wally's World 2 is on there, isn't it?
Not that I've seen. I stopped watching.
they gotta
any
think about their
videos from
fans
last
that
year
played it
E-
originally.
I stopped watching anything on it after last year's E3. So anything new that's come out since then, I haven't watched.
Hasn't been much new.
Watching Netflix 24/7, no bathroom food or coffee breaks would take 3.88 years to watch it all.
Okay, so my math was a bit off because I thought it was that number up there. I guess I didn't read the whole thing, the 100 million hours. So I broke it down by 100 million hours. But YouTube is something crazy like that. How many hours?
Yeah,
it count
YouTube.
for?
I think it would take. I think it's been more time than the entire human civilization's been around by now.
Because there's people
Probably.
posting shit about their life that nobody cares or wants to watch.
Yeah, like fucking sock puppets and Jurassic Park tapes and cutting.
No,
their
I
legs
want to
open.
watch those because they're a lot like Alan Tutorial, and I'm trying to watch weird shit like that.
It would take 60,000 years of nonstop watching to watch each and every video on YouTube. Wow, that's fun.
Who wants to do this with us for charity?
$50 to your
$50.
to your favorite organization.
I'll just drink some mayonnaise out of a cup instead and donate.
All right, well,
I'm gonna puke
You
everywhere.
want to do that right now on the air?
I don't think that I want to because
Alright,
I feel
yeah.
like that would be insta puke.
Sounds like you don't care about poor people,
Yeah.
Cody, or people in despair.
Well, you're absolutely right. I don't care about anybody's problems but my own and the people around me, and that's 100% legitimate. Don't donate to charity because I've got my own problems, bitch. Sorry.
Not doing
Fuck to tell you, I got shit to
Can't
do.
get ahead giving all your money away, boy.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, I gotta piss.
I got
Sorry.
time for charity. It's all good. Well, anyways, back on the video game stuff.
I forgot what I was saying. What we were talking about? Totally.
Content
Totally,
on YouTube
yeah.
altogether.
Yeah,
You
I
had
don't
something
remember, I don't remember
back.
what the fuck I was talking about, but I do want to go back into the Jeff Goldblum statue while he's away and talk about the other fucking statue that I got sent, which is a full 7-foot T-Rex up on the top, and you could buy this bad boy for $4,500.
That's not 7 feet, bud.
Yeah, it's a 7-foot long one. If you scroll through it,
Your mouse is messing up.
It's
so
7
please
foot
give me a
something.
second.
Scroll down. There's
I'm trying. You
yeah,
guys.
it's.
There's 2 grown men standing near it, and it doesn't look like that.
I was told 7 foot. Maybe it's not. Who gives a shit? It's almost $5,000.
It's obscene.
Where?
Okay, we have
It's
a
not
T-Rex.
7 foot.
All right. Okay, I guess I'm.
The
dead
1x5 scale Tyrannosaurus Rex maquette was monumental to the production of the film Jurassic Park in more ways than just a maquette for Spielberg.
What is a maquette?
To
We keep saying
yeah,
that word like we
approve.
know what
I
that
don't
means.
know.
Google it.
I'm also guessing on the pronunciation. In the early 1990s, when this film was created. Thank you, Cody, you dickhead. There were no fancy 3D printers or scanners that could translate material into different size digitally. The life-size T-Rex that inspired fear into everyone during Jurassic Park is the form of mathematical calculation based off of the 1x5 scale T-Rex maquette.
Yeah. So what's a maquette, or how are you saying it?
Let's look it up. Maquette, noun, a sculptor's small preliminary model or sketch. Okay.
And I pronounced it right. Awesome.
Dude,
Cool.
I swore that this was 7 foot.
This
Doesn't
thing
look
is
like it.
$5,000 or $4,500 fucking dollars. Why would they? I hate when they fucking do this. $4,499.99. Can you
just
just
to
put
say-
4,500? You fucks. Why do we have to do this?
Just so you can say, well, we
Because
have a
it'll trick the
T-Rex.
idiot into thinking it's much cheaper.
It
and
does. That is why
4,500.
they do it. But who is that fucking moron that's like,
That
"Whoa."
has that kind of money.
hold on, let me
You
ask
win
you-
the lottery, you win 10 grand, and that's the
First shit
Yeah,
you're getting.
what are
One of
you
the
spending your
things
money
you
on?
buy.
I'm investing in a.
You gonna pay your car
T-Rex.
off? You gonna get
Yeah,
rid of all
don't-
that credit card debt? Well, not before I get my life-size T-Rex in my house.
I have
Never take it
priorities.
out of the box.
Never take it out of the box.
You can't take it out of the box. It'll depreciate.
Let me ask you guys this question here.
There's payment plans, bud.
Pull that up.
Holy
What is that
shit.
payment plan?
I hope Pat's PayPal
They're
sign into
serious.
this. We could lock him into a payment plan for a full-size
God.
T-Rex.
It's like
Payment
buying
due
a
today.
fucking car.
$250 a month.
Down payment due today, 18 months, It would be payment amount $236.12 every single.
That's a fucking car
That
payment.
is a car payment.
That's a fucking car payment.
What the fuck?
Let me ask you guys this and be real, all right? Would you guys ever buy one of those crazy sex dolls?
If I had ridiculous money, maybe.
Let's
Why
say,
not?
well, I mean,
I'd
but
buy
let me
like
ask-
a sex android that's like hyper realistic.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They have.
I don't
those
want
now.
to blow up sex dolls.
That
Like
sounds-
they find it, and you're
Well, let me-
embarrassed. I want the thing where they're like, "Oh fuck, you got one of those?
You got the new
What
model.
the fuck?
You got
It
the Nimbus
walks around and cooks your
2000 sex
breakfast.
slut?
How'd you afford it?"
The Nimbus 2000 sex slut?
Yeah, then I
Right.
don't have to worry about getting in fucking fights with her and fucking getting into arguments and being asked to do dumb shit that I don't want to do. She doesn't care how fat I'm getting. Like, it doesn't.
Right.
My alcoholism doesn't affect her at all. Like, I don't. Like, who cares?
So, okay,
A little
so you,
sex android would be perfect for my lifestyle.
so you would you,
AKA Cody's lonely.
I'm not that lonely. I mean, there's hours of free porn on the internet. I beat my dick superior to any girl I've ever met. I mean, I'm the best at beating my dick. I'm so good at
no
it.
one's better at beating their dick than Cody Hucker.
Hey, better than any girl, but you haven't
He
met
can beat any
the
dick.
the
You
artificial
show him a
woman.
dick, he'll beat it.
Gross.
Yeah, so no, I'm not lonely. It's just like a sex doll would be just easier than like dealing with a real person. Like, I don't. I'm a
Let's
piece
say
of
you
shit
got
is
one
what
for
I'm
free.
trying to say, Luke.
Let's say you got one for free. Would you hide it from
I
anybody?
would
Would
make
you-
sure that it wasn't used first. I think
It
that's
wasn't.
First
It's
order of
fr-
business.
It's brand spanking new, still in the box.
Be the first one to peel that like piece of plastic off of the
Yeah.
vagina fleshlight thing.
I honestly can't even see myself fucking it. Like, honestly, it would have to be one of them like hyper realistic.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ones
the,
that
like
vibrate
the
and
real
shit.
one, like the
A
fucking,
blow up one is definitely
No,
a
not a
no-go.
blow up one. I'm
That's
talking
something
about-
you like keep as a novelty.
I'm talking about those special edition. And yeah, pull that up.
They had one that I saw. Real Botics, is that it?
Maybe.
First
Uncanny
Yeah, it
Valley.
says first sex robot.
Yeah, Uncanny Valley.
You don't want the first one though. You want to wait about 15 years.
Yeah.
Like this thing goes crazy and rips your dick off because
Wait till its 18th birthday.
You're fucking going to town on it, and its fucking face mask pops off, and you see fucking Terminator right there staring.
See,
at you
if
while
someone
you're fucking it.
gifted me one of these,
Yeah.
I might fuck it.
Don't
honestly.
lie. You would 100%
What if a
your dick
got
in there.
you?
What are you talking about?
What if a got you like this for your birthday? Like, I want you to fuck this. Would
That looks like a
I
Sims
don't think
doll
she would.
stepped out.
That's the
of
only
your
way I
fucking
can get off is
desktop.
thinking about you fucking a sex robot.
I'm into
I like this picture.
It looks like a Sims.
I would just peel the
character.
skin off the face.
like that.
Just like
Terminator.
that. Why does it have teeth?
Yeah, right? Why do you...
Why the fuck you put
You want it
teeth
to be
on?
gumming it?
Hold on, let's see the YouTube
Why does it
video.
have a head?
Why is that bad?
Why are they playing creepy Terminator music in the back? This is like the opening to fucking Deus Ex or something and shit.
And Gadget's editor-in-chief Christopher Trout tours Abyss Creations, makers of the hyper-life real doll sex doll, just months before the release of Harmony AI. When the Android app debuts later this April, it will give users access to a sexualized personal assistant like Siri for phone sex, but the real draw is Harmony the sex robot. That's the plot of the movie Her, right there.
Yeah.
The plot of the movie Her.
Except for you get to
It was an
fuck the
okay
robot.
movie.
that
I
was
thought
an
it was good.
amazing
I
movie.
thought
I loved
Ex
it.
Machina was way better.
Ex Machina is
those
fucking great.
They're very different types
Yeah.
of movies. They
Hardly.
are very different types
It's
of
kind of
movies.
fucking crazy in the movie Her, because it's about Joaquin Phoenix falling in love with like his Siri like device on his
Yeah.
phone. But it just, I feel like it's kind of crazy because it makes you you relate to this shit. You can totally relate, even though you know it's a fucking robot that he's in love with.
But then by the end, it like falls in love with a billion other programs
yeah.
at
I
once.
couldn't put myself in his shoes, I guess is what it is, because I wasn't worried about falling in love with the Siri.
No, what the movie does, it makes you think just like Ex Machina. It makes you think about
Like-
what a life really is to you. Does it have to be flesh and blood organic? Can it be something more than that? Because if there are aliens, they're not gonna look like us more than likely.
Not gonna
So we
speak.
have to. It helps you think what exactly a life is.
If I did have an Android sex robot, I would probably, like, when I went to bed, like, to deter people from breaking into my house, I would buy it
beat
an
it.
AR-15.
It barks like a fucking dog. or
Strap it up
something.
with an AR-15, all military camo, and just put it on, like, fucking move back and forth mode and keep it in my window. So it's just, like,
halt.
put, like, glowing red fucking eyes in its eyes and shit like that. Like, staring out at the neighborhood. Nobody would fuck with your house
fucking
ever.
red eyes or something. It's in death mode.
Now I
she'd be-
really want to fuck it.
But she'd be completely naked too. So 100% naked, glowing red eyes, fucking AR-15.
Hold.
No one's breaking in. I promise.
Do not pass. Do not enter. Intruder alert.
Intruder, yeah, fucking spraying mace and shit all over the place. I could picture
Out
this.
of its asshole.
Out of its asshole.
I mean, if I went to bed
Out
with
of
this
his
thing in my
tits.
house, I would definitely...
You haven't seen Austin Powers? That's how they do it.
Yeah, machine gun titties. Come on now.
The shag
All
bots.
robot bitches have that.
Yeah, when they've got the little purple smoke that comes out and puts everybody
So
to
Cody,
sleep.
you're telling me like if someone gave you a fucking nice ass sex doll, sex robot,
This kind.
for free, you would not even try to fuck it?
He points to the screen and it's a dude with glasses on.
Well, look at the shape of his mouth.
Yeah.
He only has 2 top teeth.
Pat, finish your question. If somebody
I'm just
gifted
saying, like,
me a
you-
robot,
You tell me you're not going to try to smash?
I already said I would. It was the first thing that I was the first one to have the balls to admit it.
What about you,
Liars.
Sean?
I said if it looked like the woman in the video.
Like looking real as fuck. It's got to look real. It's got to
Right.
like.
Would
be
you
able
tell that you had this sex doll?
to- How do you open up that conversation?
Like just say, hey, like you may open the
hey,
closet and see.
I may have racked up some debt on the credit card, but it's totally cool. I mean, you know how you hate me bothering you in the middle of the night when I want the sex.
It's on a payment plan though. So
I put it in your
I only
name.
had to put-
$238 a month.
I
No
only
big
had
deal.
to put $4,000 down, and I'll be
Fuck.
paying $655 a month for the next 12 years.
Totally worth it.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You think
You
Amanda
can
would
watch
leave
if
you?
you want to.
But don't worry, I put it on our newborn son's name, so we won't even have to worry about
It'll
it.
take a load off your face. I mean, shoulders.
But let's say you're fucking this thing and it's the first time, and Amanda walks home and she's like, Sean, what the fuck?
And
What-
has
what's
to
your
walk home
excuse?
from work because you've sold the car to pay for this thing. That's why
Yeah.
Pat said walks home.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
So what do you say?
How do you get out of this one?
How do you
Sean?
get out of it? Like, what's your excuse?
I wouldn't feel weird about it at all.
You just keep going.
I'd be like, this is my girlfriend now.
Halt.
Your shit's packed up. Please see yourself out.
Damn, that's harsh, dude. I don't know if I could. It's too fucking weird.
So wait. What would you do if Rachel came in and you were just full on plowing a fucking robot android sex
replace her
doll?
with the sex
can
doll.
explain. I've slipped
your
into
replacement.
I got it in the mail for free, and it's not the reason why the lights have been going off or the water hasn't been running in the house. It is a present from our podcast guests, and I wasn't gonna fuck it, but I had I lost a bet.
You believe me, right?
I did it for the podcast.
You know I love you, right? You know I love you. Please.
Dude, that's some fucked up shit.
Why
I
are
don't
you
know.
filming this on Snapchat?
Anyways, but I don't know if I could.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know. Did you see the fucking eyes in this thing moving around?
Hold on.
Imagine his eyes
Yeah,
fucking
look at
twirling
him.
around and thinking and shit behind
Yeah,
his
look
eyes.
at him. He looks real.
Wait, is that a
That's
are you
the
talking
male
about?
model.
No,
but
this
the
one.
female robot sex bot toys, whatever? They just fucking their eyes move around and shit.
Good
God damn,
Lord.
you're fucking taking that to town and the thing falls apart on you.
And they're breaking it down. This is where we
I
keep your
wonder
What
if
if
loads
it
in a little
shocks your
vial.
dick?
I wonder if he's talking about how lonely he was to get motivated to make them.
Yeah, can we hear him a little
Yeah,
bit?
sure.
Its
What
eyes
is
roll
this
back
guy's-
and it starts yelling, destroy.
Let's see what this dude's explanation is.
Siri.
Explain
for phone
yourself.
sex. What's your favorite sex position?
Is this the fucking guy that made it?
Going to learn from the interactions that it has. So the more people that are interacting with it on the basic levels, each person will have a different variant of the AI because they're able
This thing's Skynet. It's a learning fucking computer. It learns from your sexual moves so that it can take over the government's missile-guided system and fucking attack Russia so that Russia attacks us. And then the machines rise the fuck up.
to
Good
assign
morning,
Great,
Cody.
so it's like a real woman.
Good morning, Cody. Would
That's
you
the
like to
last
fuck
thing
me?
we need from the sex robot.
traits
Intelligence.
to their version. They're able to give their version a specific name. And their version will have specific moods that
What
will
the
influence
fuck am I
behavior.
looking
Dude,
at?
yeah, what is this shit?
It's like Fallout
What
4.
tablet is that man holding? That's got to be some made-up green screen stuff. There was no edge. He was just holding up like a fucking sheet of data.
You're 100% right. This is the fakest thing I've ever seen. This is
what
like
is this? You can't even read what the fuck
this is like a
on
holdable
here.
hologram
Yeah,
that they're
this
holding
is
from Avatar and shit.
Some fictional ass shit.
I wonder if we can zoom in and see if that's like straight gibberish instead of
All
words.
of that is straight gibberish.
JK, J, something like that.
This may be inappropriate for some users.
Yeah, it's just
Fucking
stuff.
Version
done.
will
Oh, but you
have
could-
specific mood.
Hold on, let's get all up in this. What the fuck? What happened,
Over the
bro?
past 20 years.
No.
To their
Dude.
version. Moods that will
This dude looks like a fucking pedophile.
He looks like
It
a
is a
lesbian.
That's like, look, this man is making a new character on fucking Fallout or Skyrim. We
That's what I'm
got
saying.
we got candor,
Attributes.
vivacity, humor, charm, sensuality, courage, tenacity, cruelty.
How are you fucking programming this?
Self-preservation. Look at the spike in
Hold
self-preservation.
on, wait a second. Wait a second.
Loyalty.
This thing says loyalty. Like,
Wait,
what?
This
you
thing
fucking,
might cheat on you if you
fucking
have
her.
You
You got
come
low
home-
loyalty stats.
You fucking walk home and you see your fucking robot
Your sex
fucking
robot's
someone
getting
else.
H clapped by two
I
dudes.
paid
and you're
10
like,
grand for you, bitch.
It's not
What
what,
the
it
fuck?
seems.
Could you imagine like having a kid and having this in the same house, and then you come home and your son's just talking to your sex bot, and your sex bot's all about it because
What
it
if you
doesn't
made
fucking
your
know the
kids call it
difference yet.
mom?
And then your fucking son. Oh no!
Damn.
That's how you get your kids
Your
taken away in
wife-
court.
Your wife died around that pole she hit 10 years ago, and your kid's still bent up about it.
What's the courage like? The courage option is weird. Like,
She's
do you have
just-
the courage to do anal today, sex
Yeah,
bot?
yeah. She just fucking throws it in there on a whim. Just put it in my ass, and you're like, what?
I don't know about today.
Cruelty.
Maybe tomorrow.
Cruelty. This thing has a cruelty
Cruelty.
option. What the fuck?
But look, it's all the way down.
Self-preservation, like you were saying, like it's gonna choose to save itself in a fire over you. Sorry, Cody, we're gonna leave you to burn to death in the house.
Halt.
It calls the cops on Cody when he punches it.
It's
Who's
high
this-
on imagination and decisiveness.
Who's-
It's gonna think of something fucked up and act on it.
Who's the psycho that's programming this for themselves? They have the patience all down to 3 and shit. Like, what are you doing? Keep the patience all the way up. I deal with my drunkenness all the time. You gotta have that patience on
Cody,
11
we
and
need to
shit.
talk.
Good
Cody,
Lord.
I don't like how you just sit in the basement and get drunk every day.
I wish you talked to me more.
I paid a car's worth of money for you. Shut the fuck. How do I get your batteries out? I can't. I have welded them shut. Like, what the fuck? dude?
I am not happy anymore.
But I am programmed.
I am
Loyalty,
leaving you.
Courage.
All right, we're
Fuck.
at we're at about
I'm
an hour.
fucking
Can
done.
we take a break?
Let's take a break.
We'll be
Alright.
back, folks.
All right, guys, we're back. Luke wants to get into a quick shout out before we continue the episode.
Shout out to a bastard of the and fan of the show. We would like to thank you here from the Bastard Sermon, Clint Young, my cousin, for donating $30 to pay for our next month of Libsyn.
Thank you, Clint. We really appreciate it. Thanks for your
Super.
contributions on the fucking page, and thank you so much for the money. That really helps us out.
Yeah.
We never ask anything from our fans. We hope that you guys enjoy this shit for free every week and whatnot. But if you do decide to give to us, that's fucking amazing. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank
Cody
you
will
so
suck your
much,
dick,
Clint.
too.
Dude. I won't like it, but I'll like one good like it'll make me gag one time, but just once. All right, I'm not.
You gotta
gonna,
find that right amount of money to donate, though.
Yeah, it's not just
one
gonna be
You
month
a,
gotta
of
hit that
Libsyn.
sweet
it's not
spot.
just one $30 like payment, but you help us pay for like a new MacBook or something. I mean, I'll hold my
Would
nose.
you? Someone
He
buy
will
us a
straight
MacBook.
put out.
Yeah.
So you hear that from us. All right, we don't ask you for anything but a MacBook just so we can see if Cody falls through with his fucking promises.
You donate a MacBook, I'll at least give you a hand job. I don't know if about sucking no dick, but I'll at least jerk you off one time.
Good
to
God.
completion?
Yeah, for sure to complete. It's not like that.
Sure to complete.
Don't rip
If you
the guy
buy
off.
me a MacBook, I mean, I'm 100% serious. I'll jerk a dude off for a
That
MacBook.
shows just
like, that's
really how open
good
you are.
business
No matter
tactics.
how long it takes.
I mean, I'm not going to be there for 3 days straight while I'm kicking him in the balls and like standing on his face and shit and doing every weird thing. If you just want
Step on my balls, dude.
standard hand job, like I'm talking 20 minutes tops, dog. My arm gets tired. 20 minutes tops. I'll play
Like,
with
I'm
your
tired.
balls, everything that you need, come all over your chest, like everything, and then fucking like for a MacBook, yeah, dude, 100%.
You would totally do this?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And you can film it and put it on Pornhub. I don't care. Put my name in the title. I don't give a
Wow.
fuck.
Okay, this is weird.
You wanted to get weirder, Pat?
Yeah.
You want to film gay porn?
What would the description be for Cody giving head
No
for
homo,
a
though.
MacBook
promo.
for the podcast?
Yeah, dude, I'll
What
jack
would
you
the
off, but
point-
no
Desperate
homo, dog.
podcaster in desperate times.
I'll do anything for fame. Anything you hear.
How much does a MacBook fucking cost? Like $1,500?
Yeah, something like that.
If you don't jerk a dude off for $1,500, then you're gay. Like, you're 100% like, there's something like you're afraid of being gay so bad that you like won't jerk a dude off for a $1,500 laptop. Like, why are you so scared of it, fella? You're homophobic if you don't jerk a dude off for a $1,500 laptop. Putting that out there
You're
right
pretty
now.
open, bud.
Pretty open. You wouldn't do it, Luke, for this podcast? $1,500
For the podcast?
You wouldn't jerk a dude off?
You jerking or not?
No, I would earn the money in 4 weeks and pay it.
You're a
for,
chump,
for
dude.
it myself.
You're a chump. 20 minutes of work for a $1,500 laptop.
Yeah.
Or you're going to spend every nickel
could
that you
sell
earn.
the laptop.
Oh. Overtime and
nickel.
everything.
Want it
Not
that
every
bad.
nickel.
Sean, would you jerk a dude off for a $1,500 laptop? I mean, you don't have to like, you don't have to kiss him on the dick. You don't got to make out with him.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be. You can hate it
fucking
the
sit
whole
next to
time.
him.
Just like,
Yeah.
you don't even have to look at him in the eyes or nothing. Just-
Yeah. I don't know about this. Yeah.
he just
say all that
comes
shit.
and bam, $1,500 laptop.
Maybe if I was broke and had nothing, had no job or nothing.
I'm not even in that position and I'm willing to do it.
I think you're just really eager to have some dick.
yeah, I
bud.
feel like you're trying to get the D, dude.
I mean,
That's just his going rate.
Is this your coming out
$1,500.
episode?
What about
Cody will give you a hand job for
He's like-
$1,500
It's like, can you blame
or a
me?
MacBook.
I mean, $1,500. I'll be gay for a day. I don't care.
What about a $900 laptop?
Are you coming out right
I'm
now?
sticking firm to a $1,500 laptop.
Not a $900 laptop.
$1,500 is my bottom. That's the very bottom. All right.
Not what-
And I'm not talking 14 fucking 99.99. I mean $1,500, every penny accounted for and shit. And I don't gotta pay taxes on it.
What
All
if
right?
they paid a whole year worth of Lipson?
Whole year? No, you fucking idiot. I'm not. No, because that's $360. Okay, so that's. You're like, well, would you do it for a fifth of what you
$10 a
just
month?
said you would do it for? No, Pat, I wouldn't do it for that. Would you do it for fucking somebody just buys you a bag of dehydrated fruit? No, Pat. No, you can't just keep fucking going lower with the expectations.
What if it was like
Speaking of fruit,
Oh, that's a good transition.
good transition.
We have a post here in the Bastard Sermon podcast group from Kylie B. Evans.
If you're not a part of it, join it, folks.
All right.
yeah, that's where the madness is.
It says, "Oh hell nah! I cooked today, but randomly my husband told me he wanted to be the one to make the dessert. I hesitated because I know he's not as good in the kitchen as I am. LMAO. But to my surprise, he didn't do too bad. Strawberries are my favorite fruit, and he knows I love salty food too. I never knew strawberries would mix so well with sauce so salty, but it's actually delicious as fuck." The sauce actually tastes. I actually just had some of these strawberries.
You're
and that's
fucking
what I'm
gross.
burping up right now. The sauce actually tastes familiar. I just can't put my finger on where I remember the sauce from. Anyways, have y'all ever tried this? And it's a bunch of strawberries covered in a fat old load. Like, that's a hefty load. But you know what I just
Good
noticed? That's not the same
Lord.
picture. Those are two different
Do
pictures.
you guys? Well, maybe that's
the
the end
bowls
of
are
it.
different. No, the bowls are
No,
completely
it
different.
went from bowl to plate.
maybe it was a big dish. And that's a serving.
Maybe one has been decorated with the jizz, and then
Two
there's one
servings.
plate that you can dip the jizz, like a good jizz dipper for fresh strawberries. In
Well, how
case you're-
many ounces is a serving of jizz?
I would say at least. How many ounces of jizz do you think you produce in one go?
I don't know. I don't think I could fill a whole like tiny.
Like an eighth.
Like I don't know.
3.5 grams of jizz.
That's a lot of jizz. I don't
You ever
know.
come on the scale that you use to weigh weed out, boys? Any of you
Like-
guys ever?
I wonder how much this weighs. Yeah, no.
No, sir.
Put it on one of
Have
those
you?
scales you get from school where you do you move the little things until you get the right weight of jizz on there.
No, sir.
It's probably like a GG though.
You would probably have to do a
Little
water
GG,
in order to properly
2Gs.
figure out how much jizz. It would have to be a water displacement thing. You know, where you get the tube, you fill it with water, you come into it, and then you see how much water it displaces. You do the math, and that's how much you jizz. We have to let's do a quick scientific experiment.
You are
We'll be
blind,
right
Yeah,
back.
Cody.
Science.
Let's make sure. Let's get you in the fucking bathroom and let's have you do this.
So wait, are you saying this is one load, or is this several that the dude's
That's
been
more
saving
than
up?
one.
That's
That's a spoon.
That's a spoon.
That's a
Look at that.
spoon, yeah.
This is
What
a
the
whole nother.
fuck?
That's a whole
He's been
nother
saving
bowl.
this up.
That's a container full of jizz that's being poured
That's what
into
I'm
it.
saying.
Lord God, how much? This dude would ruin the bed sheets for forever after one fucking go around. If that's just one, he's been saving it. Where do you hide your cum collection if you're gonna save?
Put it in the
cum?
fridge. And that's what obviously they were doing.
In the fridge, man. What if somebody comes across your frozen cum?
This is what happens. This is what fucking happens. They put
It's
it
a
on their
guy that
strawberries.
lives alone that's been jizzing in a bowl and wanted to make a meme.
He finally got a girlfriend.
You know, it would be a funny meme if I pretend it was someone else. Yeah.
Good fucking Christ.
Jesus Christ. Oh, good shit, Kylie. Thank you for the post.
Yeah. Fuck. People are freaks.
Have you guys ever eaten jizz on strawberries before, Pat? I feel like you're a man that would. I saw your Snapchat the other day with the cheese plate, the dinner time.
Dude.
Oh, it was a
That was
delicious
delicious.
spread.
For dessert, did you have a nice spread of strawberries and jizz to finish it off?
No. Stone ground mustard. That was good as fuck.
Instead of jizz? Have you tried jizz, though?
Have you tried your own jizz?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, you're the one that's fucking going handies for $1,500.
If I tried my own jizz, yeah, of course. You guys
Have you?
Yeah, like a little, what does it take? You're 14?
No, sir, I haven't.
Well,
Never?
Cody, let's learn a little bit more about you.
I don't know.
How'd this
14?
happen?
I was like, I'm going to make girls drink this. I better
I better give it a little taste sample. Make sure it's not toxic.
touch my tongue to it. Chlorini. Tastes like a pool.
Is that what it tasted like?
Oh, fuck.
Sean, have you ever tried your jizz?
I have not.
Well, seems like I'm sitting here with a
I
bunch
smelled
of
it.
bunch of liars and
You got a bunch
nerds.
of gum in
As
your mouth
far
right
as
now, I
I'm
bet.
concerned, Cody here is excited to suck a dick. And is willing to taste jizz.
Yeah,
I
this
know what it
dude-
smells like. It's bleach on top of freezer burn waffles.
Doesn't it smell
pretty
if
accurate.
if you just leave it around, it just stinks later
Where
on?
are you leaving your jizz around?
Yeah,
that you can
dude,
come smell
Well,
later?
I don't know. I'm just
You know those like little canisters that photos. like,
Yeah, the old film canisters.
The old film canister. Yeah, I filled one of those up once.
what?
Is this a real story?
What?
Yeah, I was like 13. I had
No,
just,
you weren't. You were 22. Get
Well, he
the
was
fuck out of
dude,
here. How old
for
were you?
sure.
All right, so
No,
what
I was
happened then?
Last week.
I like filled that up and kept it under my bed. And I was sick that week, so I couldn't smell anything. And then like
You used
one
your own
day
jizz
when
as
I
smelling salts?
no, like one day when I finally opened it and I felt all better. It just the smell it had. It was like
How
it
could-
was one of the worst things.
Oh,
How would you
my
describe it?
God.
Dude,
I don't even fucking know.
hold
It
on.
was
Why
like-
did you do this?
Yeah.
it's like
Why?
over a decade ago. I don't fucking know.
Were you like, you know what?
I was a
Save
kid.
me from myself. you
I
know?
just discovered that I could jizz, and I wanted to be like
I'm saving
Look how much
every
I
last
jack off.
drop.
I'm gonna get someone pregnant with this and a fucking turkey baster.
Oh my god.
It's the same
Damn.
reason that I tried my cum. Like, it wasn't like I was like, oh, I got a whole plate of food on my hand.
Like he's licking it off his hand like a 3-year-old with glue.
No, it wasn't. When I say I ate my own cum, it was like I like touched my tongue to it.
So you
and it was
jizzed
like,
in your
ugh.
hand and you left it there and you brought it up to your face to lick it? That's fucking gross.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right.
No.
I'm not denying that it's gross.
I'm sure there's actually a lot of people that do that though.
You've done it for sure, Pat. You
No,
fucking liar.
no.
And
I
so
definitely
have you,
haven't. I
and
think
so
you're the
have
only
you.
one. You're the only person.
I was like the
who's done it.
same age, and he was filling up like film canisters with cum and leaving it under his bed. Like he probably had fucking 8 whole rolls of film cum in there, trying to develop pictures in it and shit.
What
This
made you throw
one's
it out?
R-rated.
Huh?
What made you throw it out? Like, how long did you hold on to this sucker?
What made you want to get rid of it?
I mean, no, he had it for a certain amount of time.
mean
Like,
you
what was
didn't-
the final
I
straw?
thought I'd give it to my grandchildren one day.
You mean you
No.
didn't drill a hole, put a chain through it, and wear it as a necklace for the
I
rest
could
of
have
your
put a
days?
fucking hole in it and put a tube in it and fucking smoke weed out of it. Or tobacco.
Oh my
Whichever.
god, I would barf all over myself if you told me you made some sort of cum wax bowl
Bubbler.
and smoked out of it. I would vomit on you. I would stand up.
Out of a cantaloupe. A rotten cantaloupe. Filled with jizz.
I could imagine it getting hard like some sort of mold and then smashing it on the ground and then getting like cum shards that could just cut you.
Cum shards that could cut you.
Splinters.
What do you cum, Luke? Is it like that metal liquid that like fucking it gets sharp and shit and then goes back into liquid? Like, is that what you cum?
From
Yes,
the fucking
I
Terminator
fucking
2.
nut
Yeah.
T200s.
T1000s?
What the fuck ever.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? All right. Well,
He's getting sensitive about his Terminator.
So wait, did your mom ever
fanboy.
catch you or your family ever catch you with this canister? Like, did they ever say, "Hey,
Dude, that was
Sean,
like
what is
it was
this
like
shit?"
a period of a couple days, dude.
You filled that fucker up in a couple days?
Yeah.
They're this big, Pat. You couldn't fill it up in a couple days.
Sir.
That's a
It's
lot
like
of
right
cum.
when I started beating off, dude.
The
Yeah, you got-
film roll canisters in my mind,
Been backed up for 13 years.
That's
are
a
like
little.
fucking this big.
No, we're not talking about a big cellulite film fucking roll from
A
1910.
roll
You
for
fucking
a
idiot.
movie, what?
You're talking about a
Yes.
movie reel, you psycho. No, we're talking about, like, you remember the Kodak disposable cameras that you would get a film, a roll of film.
okay.
They're this fucking big and that round. You couldn't
That's
fill
still
one
a
of
lot
those.
of cum.
No, it isn't.
No, that's
What are you
not.
talking about, Pat? What
How
is
much
it?
are you
not?
coming?
It's
Do
a
you just
fucking film roll, bud.
does
I get
Pat
it, but
just
that's
come
still
a
like-
poof of sand every time he
Right.
comes? One drop comes out, sadly.
It's
rolls
an
down his
anime
penis.
character, Sai.
Little
I'm just
puff
like,
of cum.
It's just interesting. It's just interesting.
You don't think you could fill up a canister in 3 days, Pat?
I guess. I mean,
Well,
if
I
I
mean,
tried.
now that I think
If I
about the
tried.
size of my loads.
If I tried, I guess I could.
I was trying.
You were trying.
I was trying.
How'd you make sure that every drop got in there? Did you ever miss?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what is the process here?
Well, a 13-year-old dick ain't that fucking big yet.
You have a good point, Sean. You have a great point.
point.
All right,
So
what are
let's
we
talk
getting
about
into?
these stories that you said you wanted to talk about. What was this concert you went to?
Oh, dude.
Water bowl.
Yeah, what is water? I've never even heard of that.
Yeah,
that was
same.
that was fucking years ago.
There
Well, what
was-
is it? What
There's
kind of
only
music?
a couple of these. But I don't even fucking know what kind of music it was because the bands never got to play.
What do you mean they never got to play? It's just
No,
that
this
chaotic.
this was fucking. For me, it was like the most horrible thing I've ever experienced. So I go to
Into
this
the mic.
place. So I go to this music festival I planned with this chick I liked, who was actually my ex-girlfriend at the time, and she was in a relationship, but I was still trying to smash. So I went to this music festival with her and her boyfriend, and
I was
get
supposed
there.
to go to this music festival, by the way, because you guys, this had been being set up for us, like, while we were at school. The dude that we used to hang out with, this fucking dude that we don't chill with anymore for reasons we won't discuss live on the podcast, was, like, setting it up like it was going to be the greatest experience of all time. It was going to be this fucking music festival that we would go to, and there would be every fucking psychedelic drug imaginable, alcohol, like, and it's only fucking $10 or whatever the fuck it was, and you can just go up here. The cops can't come on the line because it's all on the land because it's all private property, bro. Total bullshit. But, like, they were like, it's in a field in Indiana, and I didn't get to go, and Sean ended up getting to go to this fucking thing. But go
Sounds
from
like the
there. Go from there.
gathering.
I just wanted to set
yeah,
up.
this is like a super abbreviated version of the story because there's so many details and shit. It was basically like,
We've got time. Just go
It was
into
Yeah,
it.
just go into it.
nah, it was so much shit.
You said it was one of the worst nights ever.
It's like a
It's like
3-day
weekend.
event, right?
It was a weekend.
It was a whole
Yeah.
weekend.
So I was a teenager. I was like 17 or something. We get out here to this place, and I get out of the car, and her brother's like, "Oh, I got this acid, blah blah. Like, here, you can have some."
Yes.
Right when I get out of the car, so I do that, and then that night was all right, and then in the middle of the night, this dude comes, and he's completely naked. He comes up to our campfire, and he's wearing like boxes, like beer boxes as shoes, but it looked like he put like effort into making them.
Like they've got little cardboard laces and
But
shit.
they also looked like decrepit, like they had been worn for a while. And he said that he'd been there for like a couple days, and he didn't know where his car was or his keys or his clothes, and the people he was with already left, and he was like screaming at all of us, like horror, and talking about like all this shit, and we're just laughing our asses off at dude. And then I get back in the tent because he was being all naked and running up on everybody and like exclaiming in their face. So I go back in the tent. That was weird. But then the next day I get up and... Well, I don't even get up. I didn't go to sleep. I stayed up all night. And then the next day they're like, "Oh, we got mushrooms." And I hadn't went to sleep. Yes. And at this point it's like storming in the middle of the day.
This is day 2 now at this point?
Yeah, there isn't much going on the first night.
Were you on
It was
anything when the mushrooms showed up besides, like,
I was just coming down off the acid, and then someone gave me free mushrooms, and then
what a good
was
transition.
like, here, wash it down with absinthe, and it was my first time having absinthe.
Oh my god.
Oh my God!
I didn't have a
fuel.
chaser or anything.
Oh Jesus Christ! Absinthe is usually, for people that don't know, it's like this anise flavored, like it's like a liqueur, but it's like 70% alcohol.
Tastes
and
like black licorice.
they call it
It's like vodka mixed with Jägermeister almost.
It's a good way to describe it. They call it the green fairy because the way that they ferment it, it's supposed to have a different type
But
of...
you know, I couldn't loosh
chemical
the
in it.
absinthe or anything. I didn't know about like all that shit.
That's when you put water in it and sugar cube and you'll set it
Right.
on fire or
It's
whatever.
like
And it makes the
science. It drips
absinthe
in.
tolerable. Sean's drinking this shit straight. Sorry, I just wanted to set up what absinthe was. for
But
people that
I'm
don't know.
trying. It was my first time drinking it. It tastes fucking horrible, and I'm trying to wash mushrooms down with it. And it's my first time doing mushrooms. Oh my god! And I fucking eat the mushrooms on a hot dog bun. I just put all the mushrooms on a hot dog bun, ate the whole thing, and
What a dry experience.
yeah, it was fucking horrible. It was so bad. It was
only
so bad, in
I'm
fact,
sure.
that I got out of the car and threw up immediately. And I was just looking at those fucking mushrooms in my vomit. And I was like, man.
Yeah.
Wait for
So I
it.
started picking the mushrooms out of my pocket, out of my vomit, wiping them off on my pants.
This is a verified story. Well, the dude's dead now, but I've heard this story verified from somebody else that saw it happen.
Yeah, I ate fucking
Nasty.
mushrooms out of my vomit. And they worked.
Worth it?
How did you
They
keep them
worked.
down? If it was
worked.
if it was already horrible from trying to eat it when it was normal, not puked up
I
mushrooms.
know, and I was picking them out of wet grass with like slugs in it,
How
and
did you
mud
keep 'em
and shit.
down?
I don't fucking know, dude. But
Up.
then that hit me, and I didn't know what to expect, and I hadn't slept, and I just got down off a different trip, and it's pouring rain, and then there's these just flatline winds that are like going all through the fields, like blowing people's tents away and shit, and cars are rocking back and forth, and I'm tripping balls off a drug I've never done before, and
Sheer
a
panic.
whole night of no sleep, and I haven't eaten, and my tent had flooded, and all my shit was in my tent that got flooded, and I'm just in soaking wet clothes in the middle of a field with flatline winds, and it's like 43 degrees, and I'm tripping balls, and all the bands couldn't play because of the fucking weather conditions.
My God, are
And
you
then,
by yourself or is there anybody else?
I
in
was
the
by
tent?
myself at the time because everybody was like off doing shit. Everybody else was off doing shit, and this was just fucking horrible. I was tripping balls, like freaking out, like.
I would be having the worst panic attack of my
I
life. I would
was,
never
dude.
come back from it. I would have been fucked.
No, it was fucking insane, and so I tried to like go in my tent and go to sleep, knowing it was flooded, because
Yeah,
I was like, I
right.
just want this to be over. So I go in my tent and try to sleep, and it's like 3 inches deep with water, and it was just not happening. I was like, fuck.
So you couldn't enjoy any of it?
No, there was no music. Everybody was all separated and hiding in their cars and
The
shit.
drugs
Everybody was
didn't
sitting
even
in the
help?
cars.
Was this
The
your
drugs
first,
were making it worse.
Was
Yeah,
this your
I bet.
first
And I hadn't
acid,
slept.
Was this your first acid and mushroom experience?
No,
Or just
just
your first
mushrooms.
mushroom experience? God damn, your first mushroom experience. No fucking sleep, straight line winds,
Yeah.
major panic attack,
You know,
tents
you're a
flooding.
kid. You just want to have fun.
None of your
you think-
friends
you
are
think
around.
You're gonna have fun,
I
but
You thought wrong.
These drugs aren't just automatic fun in a thing.
right.
For anybody
you got to
that's
be
never
in the
done
right
them.
conditions.
They can be
I was in
awesome
the
drugs.
wrong conditions.
I've
But,
planned every experience I've ever had.
I just
haven't
got
had a bad
offered
one
it
yet.
suddenly.
Yeah, you remember when you're a
And,
kid though, and you don't have access to this shit, and like somebody just gives you something, and it's like, I'm not gonna bag it up and take it home. I gotta fucking do it now, or I'll never get to do it again. And
Oh,
it's
I
gonna
do
be
that at
every
parties.
experience with drugs when I was a kid was like, I gotta do it now because
Yep.
there's never gonna be another chance to do drugs. And then fucking, that's when you always take too much and you feel
Yeah.
like shit, and you're in a bad situation. You didn't plan it. Your parents are picking you up in 2 hours, and you're tripping balls the first time. And
But yeah, we went. I went and found the van that they were all hiding in. And I get in there, and the chick that drove us there, she like knew people up there, so she left me, the chick I was into, and her boyfriend in the car, and I'm tripping the fuck out freaking out in the car, soaking wet. It's like 40-something degrees. She has the keys, so the heat's not on. And I'm just sitting in a car, and then they start making out real heavy. And then they're just fucking like a foot away from me, dude. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, and I'm just like sitting there like trying to act like I don't notice, like tripping balls, like, and
Trying
they're
to
just,
pretend like
they're
I'm
not
not
even
masturbating.
they're not even acting like they're not doing it. I was like,
That is a nightmare and a half.
right, dude. And I had to sit in that car for like a whole nother day before we actually left.
With their awful fuck smells and fucking like everybody hasn't
Right,
showered.
I'm gonna get
everybody's
out
on
and go into the.
psychedelics.
I'm gonna go into the Flatline Winds.
Oh my god.
No bands were playing. There's no shelter. Nothing.
I would have had a panic attack and a half. I hate fucking crazy weather like that. Like being out camping in it, because I've been camping in fucked up weather like that. And we had the option to leave because I was a kid with my dad, and he's just like, let's get the fuck out of here because it's horrible. And then like we get to leave the camping trip early, but you can't leave early.
I
You
was
didn't
too
drive
early. I
yourself.
didn't drive. I kept saying like, "Hey, maybe we should leave." And then they're like, the chick that drove us, she like knew all these people, and she's like, "No, I'm having fun." Blah blah blah. And it's like we're all sitting in a car, like cold as fuck. We can't go to these other people's cars. We don't know them, and it's a car. Like we can't all fit in it.
That's fucking crazy. And then tell us about the last day. How did that wrap up?
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah,
I
I
got
know,
into a
'cause-
whole nother can of worms.
I know. Let's get into it because that's a funny
so then
fucking
want them
story
worms.
too.
So I didn't sleep that night either.
So you're running on no sleep this
We're going
entire
on day
time?
3 of fucking no sleep, hella drugs, absinthe, booze, fucking straight line winds, being soaked, watching people fuck.
Are you having
weather-
any fun at
No,
all?
it was the worst day of my life. It was the worst weekend of my life. Like this is the.
No
if somebody
fun.
asked me what the worst shit that ever happened to me, I would immediately go to this story.
water bowl?
Right? Like, fuck. Well, what were you asking the
So
next day?
How does it
Oh,
fucking
so the next day, she's like, "Oh yeah, I got Molly," and I was like, "Oh shit."
I guess I'm gonna do more drugs to keep me awake for
And
hours.
then we went back to her house that day finally, and I met up with this chick who was in the area that I had been talking to, and I still hadn't slept, and she's like, I had this Molly and I wanted to do it, and I knew it was supposed to make you feel a certain way, and so I had to have someone to bang. So I did that, and I woke up to this chick the next day. I finally got some sleep.
I like how you cleverly
I
found a
woke
way to
up.
dance around that. You were like, well, it makes you feel certain. Well, I
Makes
wanted
your
to fuck
dick
somebody.
hard and you want to fuck.
So, anyways, you
Jesus.
find this person.
So I did that. I did that
Christ.
thing, and then I wake up the next day on this dude's couch, and she's just staring at me, sitting in a chair right next to me while I'm passed out on this couch. And that was the day I met her. So
What happened?
like,
Was this
Yeah.
the crazy girl that?
yeah,
What do you, why is she crazy?
we just called her Crazy for short.
Let's
Why?
get into crazy stories about her
That's
later.
like-
Yeah, please.
That's a whole nother thing.
That's why I was saying that's a whole nother thing.
We could do that in a minute, but
because
keep
that
going.
ended up going on for a while, and I was like, I kind of like Crazy.
And then me and
bitches.
Sean had a crazy competition between whose girlfriend was nuttier. I was like, oh yeah, we'll
We'll
tell
get
it in a
into it.
minute.
Yeah,
Let's get into it. But
finish
keep going with the water
She's
bowl
staring
story.
at you.
That was Water Bowl was already over by this point. This
No,
was
but you
like
guys
the
hadn't
next
eaten.
day.
You didn't tell the story about
I
not
staring
hadn't
at you.
eaten. Oh yeah, like the ramen. I don't
the
know.
cat. You remember the cat? How you guys kept staring at the cat?
Oh yeah, there was a cat. There was a stray cat, and none of us had eaten, and we're just tripping balls like for days
Were you
straight.
thinking
We're
about
just
eating
we're
it?
staring at this cat, and none of us had eaten, and we were seriously licking our lips and shit like. Like
We're really
we weren't
contemplating
saying
on it?
anything. We didn't say a word to each other for
You
a
all
minute,
knew what
but
you
we
were
both
thinking.
knew what we were thinking.
We're gonna eat this fucking cat.
And we're like looking at it because we were just talking about being
What?
hungry. Yeah, dude.
You're sick.
We were fried.
No shit. You're sick.
That's like my favorite part of that
Your
whole
mouths are
story. I can't
watering.
believe you forgot about it because you guys are strung out on a 3-day bender of no sleep, drugs, horrible situations, no food. You're all
We're looking
smelling
at a
shit.
cat. Yeah.
Staring at a cat.
No, that weekend was fucked. It brought out like.
Do you ever think about that with your own cats? Because you have some cats
No,
now.
dude,
like, shit, I would
I've
I
never
could eat one of you guys.
even considered it since.
You sure?
Yeah.
Who the fuck would? Besides
I forgot that was even part of it until you just brought it up.
That's why I'm here.
My brain probably blocked it out.
How long
He
were you
wanted
sitting
to
there
eat a
thinking
cat,
about
you
it?
Sick fuck. Huh?
How long were you sitting there thinking about eating this cat?
I don't fucking know.
Like
They're
an hour?
probably
probably
a couple-
considering how they could
Probably
catch
like
it.
20 seconds. I don't know.
So interesting.
It's just a fun part of that story. Do you want to get into crazy though, or should
Yeah,
we
please,
not?
please. I'd love to.
She ain't
hear
gonna
about
listen to this, is she?
So that chick that was staring at me when I woke up. Some of my dude starts messaging me and he's like, "Don't get with her, dude. I was with her for a minute and she's fucking nuts." I was like, "Oh, true." And then like I didn't care, like whatever. And then
Been there, done that.
she brought up to me, she's like, "Oh yeah, like this one chick came to my house and I had to stab her in the face."
What?
And then she
I was like, "That's what's up."
You don't even give a fuck. You're like, I just want to smash. That's
Pretty
funny.
much.
So this I actually brought this up a couple episodes. I think on the Alex Haskett episode, I was talking about her because we had brought up clit piercings or whatever. Do you guys remember me telling you guys
Oh,
on that
yeah.
episode about the girl that fucking would pierce people's clits horribly and like just show me like fucking
Is this crazy?
This is the girl that I'm
What?
talking about. Get into that.
They weren't pierced that bad.
Oh, he's defending him. I'm sorry. Well, I don't mean to shit on her clip piercing in-house abilities and shit.
I feel like I would
Honestly,
take
I
your
don't
word,
know.
Cody. I don't know how many pierced vaginas you've seen. I'm sure you've seen some on the internet, whether it's in person, wherever. But if you say it's not good,
He looks them up
it's
on
not
purpose.
fucking good.
He's like, Google image search. Pierced vagises.
I mean, if you see Bonnie Rotten, she's got pierced clit. You guys all know
It's
that
one of my
is.
favorites.
Yeah, don't lie and say you don't know who she
Personal
is.
favorite.
I know who
She's
she is
local,
because I
too.
know people that knew
She's
her.
locally
Yeah.
sourced.
from locally, right around here.
Okay,
I knew
so
some people that
Locally
knew her.
sourced.
So, like, I know her in a way. And if she's watching.
but back
What's
to
up?
what's up, girl? Sean's like, I'm about to fuck up my entire life, my whole family for you, girl. No, but back to crazy though. There was so many fucking insane things that happened with her. Like there was one time when Sean was like sleeping. We had been like on a drink and fucking do whatever bender, like just doing crazy shit. And I remember we were at Sean's house. It was like me, our buddy Adam, Crazy, and Sean. And Sean like had to go to sleep, and we were still up for whatever reason, doing whatever we were doing, partying, hanging out and shit. And like me and Adam were talking or watching a movie or something. And while Sean was asleep, she was like rocking back and forth, all crazy as fuck. Like she used to just like get into these rocking fits and just like stare straight ahead and like
fuck?
just start like I don't. Do you remember her just sitting there fucking all?
Yeah, she'd be on some, like, there was one time that we went to the park, and I was on acid, and we ran into this dude
Good times.
that, he was also a connoisseur of such things. And,
Crazy women or drugs?
the drugs. But he walks up and he's like, "Hey, what's up, blah, blah, blah," and we're at the park and it's raining, and he's like, "She looks fried, man." I look over at her and she's sitting in a mud puddle splashing and laughing hysterically. I was like, no,
that's just her.
I am, but she didn't take any.
So the end of mine though was as she's rocking back and forth, we look over and we're like, "You good?" And she was like, I just think that you guys are all dream people. I think that Sean isn't real because he seems too good to be real. I just love him so much, and he seems so good to be real, and I've never had that before. I think that I have to like stab Sean to make sure that he's real, because if I stab him and if he hurts, then I'll know that he's real, and then everything will be cool. But like I won't know. And me and Adam just look at her and we're like, if you try,
You can see why I was into her, though, right?
I was about to say, you're probably like, I
That's
don't
that
care.
she was into it. Yeah, she's nutty, but she was a lot of fun. I mean,
Good
got
God.
some good stories out of this crazy person. But me and Adam look at her and we're like, if you even sort of even out loud think that you're gonna stab our friend while we're in the room, you're gonna die here. Like, don't fucking consider stabbing our friend right now. She would do all kinds of nutty shit like that.
What else would she do? What the fuck?
One time she pulled her car over on the highway. I didn't hear any weird sounds coming from the car. Nothing, like she didn't run over anything. She didn't hit anything. Nothing was going on like that. But she just smacked the steering wheel, pulled over aggressively on the middle of the highway, and just started kicking the fuck out of her car. And she got in the car and she was like, and looked at me and she's like, alrighty, let's go.
What?
But you're like, I'm into it.
I'm like, well, by a certain point, I was like, yeah, that's what's,
Red flags at every turn.
yeah.
There was this legitimately crazy dude that used to chill in our friend group who I won't name. But
What was
his name rhymes with Zach because that's his name. And
Oh, I remember.
Oh, this guy has some great stories.
so we were hanging out with Crazy Zach. It was like Josh, Adam, and fucking you. And we're in the back of our friend Josh's woods or whatever, and we're like hanging out, smoking weed, doing whatever we're doing. We're young as fuck, and like we would always fuck with Zach because he was like nutty and like we didn't even know why he was hanging out in the first place or who invited him, but we're always just trying to like fuck with him so that he would leave. Because, like, I didn't want him around. I just thought that he was fucking nutty and I didn't like him.
He
So
was
it's like,
always just kind of there.
it's like, get the fuck out of here, Zach. Why are you here? Like, I don't want you around us. And so we would
Like
fuck
a
with him
little brother.
constantly. Yeah, pretty much. Like a little brother that you wish that you were never related to and shit. So I remember, like, Crazy kept fucking with him and, like, punch him in the arm as hard as she could and shit and, like, doing all this fucked up shit. And he was like, stop, that hurts. And he'd, like, do his little fucking hair thing that he used to do.
Cringe.
And then fucking, like, just twirl his hair and shit and do his fucking, like, finger thing. Try to, like, snap his fingers and
The
shit.
pencil.
And then,
What the fuck?
I remember he was, like, playing with a tree, like, trying to take it apart. And as he did, like, part of the tree, like, fell on him. Like, it was a rotting tree. And this tree, like, fell on him. And he was like, fuck, dude, fuck. And he, like, twirled his hair. And he had, like, crumbled bark all over him. And he's sitting next to Crazy. And she looks at him. She was like, what the fuck? You got fucking bugs on you? And we're like, whatever, Crazy. You don't, like, you're seeing some fucking Scanner Darkly
None of
shit.
us believed her
We're
at
like,
first.
whatever, Scanner
We
Darkly.
all did. We all heard her and immediately dismissed it
Like,
and didn't do anything.
There ain't no bugs. And then, like, she punches him in the face. Like, get the fuck away from me. And I look over, like, she full fucking clocks this man in the fucking head. Like, right in his side. And he goes down, twirling his hair and all and shit. And then fucking he gets back up, and he does have bugs all over him. He's got termites from the fucking tree that
What the
fell on him.
fuck?
Like, crawling through his hair and, like, all falling around him. And she was like, get the fuck away from me, you fucking disgusting bug-ridden fuck. I was like, God damn. She would attack people all the time. She was, like, proud of the fact that she would, like, attack and stab people.
She
That
stabbed
same-
people?
Yeah, Sean said that. She stabbed somebody in the face. I remember that same day, like, I had said something to her, because you guys know how I am. Like, I'll say fucking anything, because if I think it's funny, or even if not, if I'm just trying to roast somebody. I don't remember what I said to her, but I remember she kept wanting to attack me, and I wasn't about to fight her back, but, like, I wasn't about to let her
think I
fucking attack
remember
me.
that.
So she would, like, think that I wasn't paying attention, and she would run to go, like, tackle me or punch me, and I would, like, step out of the way, and she would fall face first into, like, leaves and logs and sticks and shit. Sean would just
What the
laugh at her.
fuck?
And she did this, like, 5 times before she realized that my reflexes were quicker than hers. I would just, like, I would fucking Bugs Bunny step out of the way before Donald Duck got hit by the or Daffy Duck gets hit by the train or whatever. It was like shit like that over and over and over again.
I'm trying
yeah.
so hard to find the charm to ever want to be around a
Yeah.
person like this.
What the fuck, guys?
Sean had a high libido and she wanted to fuck every 4 seconds. She was nuts, and that's
Yes.
fun. Chaos is fun sometimes.
Accurate.
Lord.
Chaos is fun sometimes. You guys have never been in a chaotic thing because it was fun?
I didn't
I'm
date
sure.
her. I didn't date her. I wouldn't date that.
How long were you hanging out with Crazy?
It's a couple months, right?
4 months, yeah.
Yeah, it was the same time that I was hanging out with the other Crazy at the same time. The
Why-
one that had, like,
Dude,
had
Why
fake
would you-
seizures and shit.
anyone who had ever brought a threat to my life or my friend's life around me is fucking
Yeah,
that's
Gonzo.
fun.
No, we just welcome those people into our life because it creates fun chaos and weird stories. and
There's
weird
There's no
stuff.
funny in
such thing as
hindsight.
fun chaos.
So
Yes,
why,
there is.
Why did you
What are you
stop
talking
hanging
about?
out with this person? Yeah, they're fucking crazy, but what was the reason that made you be like, you know what, I'm done?
Yeah, the
was it
final
the
straw.
threatening to murder you to prove that you were real?
I don't remember.
She wanted to date him, and Sean was like, "Nah." And then
That's probably what
had to
it
cut
was.
her off.
Yeah, I was like, no.
And it just ended like that. She was just like, cool.
Well, I mean, it
Did
gets
she
to a
try to
point.
stab
I don't
you?
remember.
It gets to a point of dealing with that where it's like, you gotta fucking end this nonsense eventually.
But it
It's like,
sounds like
all right.
it
Enough's
sounds like
enough.
her level of crazy wouldn't let that end so easily.
I wasn't scared of her. like,
what's she gonna do? Like,
Stab me?
That, yeah.
Yes.
so crazy.
oh,
I mean, we dealt with Adam all the time. I love Adam, but he was way crazier. Like, well, I don't know. I don't know if he was. He had his
threatened
moments
to
of
stab
way
people?
crazier.
He was
He stabbed shit.
spiritual.
He like would.
What?
He would get
he
mad at
stabbed through his
laptops.
laptop.
Tell that
He
story.
did it like 3 different times.
What?
He'd be like on like Adobe Photoshop or something, trying to type out a Word document
on his shitty school laptop,
and then like
and it would freeze for a half
it
a
would,
second.
It would like stutter or something, and he'd just scream and smack it on the table over and over and like be screaming like a fucking ape. And then a couple of times, 3 times, he stabbed fucking his pocket knife through one, and they had to replace his school laptop 2 more times.
Did he have to pay for that?
I mean, he didn't, but he was responsible for it, but he just
Probably
didn't.
not. They didn't hold us accountable with that school for anything.
For anything. We got away with
Yeah.
everything there. We've talked about it a bunch of times. We've had Mansfield on to talk about it a
that's
few
right.
times or whatever, but tell some fucking stories from Options. Do you remember the time that Schilling told you that your clothes were inappropriate? Do you remember your response to Schilling?
What were you wearing? Like a thong or something?
No, he had his
No, I had a dwarf shirt on that said blood, guts, and pussy on the back. And my principal saw it and got offended, and she was like, take it off. And then I took my shirt off.
You didn't stop at the shirt.
And then I was like, what else? And I started unbuckling my pants. And she
Is
was
my
like,
belt
"All right,
buckle
that's
fucking
enough."
offensive? But he's like making a production of it. Like
Yeah, I'm
this
not
wasn't
selling
a one-on-one
I'm not
thing.
selling it.
Dude, he's like
I went all out.
yeah, dude, there's a
was
whole
like,
congregation of kids out when this is happening, and
Yeah.
Sean's just walking around not paying attention to whatever they're supposed to be telling us out here. And she was like, Sean, you can't wear that in school. And he was like, what? I can't wear what to school? And he's like getting all shitty with her because there's no rules. There's no detentions. There's no suspensions. Like, the worst they could do is kick you out of the school and you go back to your home school. And it never happened to anyone. Like, you have to really fuck up to make that happen. And he was like, take what off? You don't like my shirt? And he, like, takes his whole shirt off and slams it on the ground. And she was like, Sean, no, don't fucking take it. Like, she's not saying fuck, but she's like, don't take your shirt off. And he's like, what, is my belt offensive? And he's like, takes his belt off, throws the belt. What next? My pants? And he starts unzipping his pants. And she's like, Sean, stop it right now. And then he's like, unzips his pants all the way down and is about to, like, pull him down. And she was like, Sean. He was like, all right, I'll leave. And then fucking... Like, and
All right, I'll leave.
walks out the door and starts walking through the streets of Hamilton, and there's nothing that they could do to stop you because there was literally 0 rules. Like, it was the fucking greatest school to go to ever. It's the only reason I graduated high school.
It might have been the greatest school ever for you
That school
kids.
kept me from graduating.
Oh, well, that freedom is what allowed me to graduate because it made me stop hating school. I was like, oh, I don't want to fuck this up. I want to fucking...
I went back and got everything fixed, but shit. Fucking a school like that where they don't pay attention to what you're doing at all.
Like,
And
what
you're
kind
like
of shit?
17, 18 years old.
What-
Well, we knew like homeless guys in the area that would buy us booze and shit. And I was 18 at one point, so I was getting cigarettes and selling them to other kids for $1 a piece and make $20 off a pack. And yeah, I was hustling. I was fucking doing all kinds of shit. We'd bring 40s in school and drink them in the theater class because it was dark. We'd still just have the paper bag on them.
During every school assembly, me and Sean would sit together, and as soon as like they would try to get into something serious, we'd put our heads down and we'd be like, Slayer! Like at the top of our lungs and just interrupt the fucking thing just over and over again. Other kids would catch on and start screaming shit. Like, it was a fucking disaster. They would have school concerts because the kids and band, they wouldn't learn shitty school songs. They would learn like System of a Down songs and fucking
Yeah,
like...
and I sung in 1 year. We do our little school concert and we were singing Sugar by System of a Down. And before the concert, this is when smoke shops had bath salts. And it was before anyone knew it was bad for you. I mean, you could have guessed.
Are you
But
telling me you were doing bath salts?
He loved it.
yeah,
He
dude.
loved it.
Nobody knew it was bad yet. There was not a single news report of zombies or nothing. This was when it first came out.
You were, like,
And
telling me
like,
how good it
we were
was.
like hip to it. Like it was like yeah,
On the
bro.
cutting edge of bath salts.
Like fuck yeah. But before the school concert, when I was supposed to sing "Sugar" by System of a Down, and there's this one part in the song that Serge just sings really fucking fast, and I was never able to nail it, so I kind of just mumbled it. But during this concert, I had snorted fat rails of bath salts before I went on, and I was high as fuck, speeding. I was speeding, and I get up on that stage, and I got that part I could never get, where he sings fucking fast. I got it. That's all it takes.
What are bath salts like?
It's like legal coke, or it was.
They changed it a bunch of times because what would happen with those things is people would catch on
Be
to
like
the fact that it's a
K2,
drug,
and then it's spice,
and then they would change the analog. They would change
vitamin
one
B12.
Yeah, they would change the compound, a molecule, so that they could sell it legally again. Until eventually they've got rid of most of it, but the synthetic weed's still out there. But that's why that synthetic weed's addictive now. I think that it was less harmful when it first came out, and then they kept like banning the chemical that was legal and remaking it and re-fucking like turning it into something new. Yeah, something like that. All right, well, it's all dead now. What's going on, guys?
Let's.
Did you guys see that?
Fucking bath salts, though. That's some fucking crazy shit, though. What the fuck? Yeah. But I remember spice. I mean, when I first started smoking weed, I smoked spice a lot, and I had no idea what the fuck.
Right, that's
it would
what
do.
I'm saying. I've smoked spice and K2 before it was like, oh, this shit's like killing people and giving them anxiety attacks.
Yeah, no one knew.
Did you guys ever get to do salvia while it was still legal?
Yeah.
I didn't get to do it.
I did that shit when I was a kid. It was fucking nuts.
What was that like?
Did you go to a different dimension?
No. Yeah, tell us about that.
I can't even think of anything to relate it. The closest thing to it is like DMT, honestly. Like, it kind of just like where you felt like your soul was being pulled out of your body, like right when you exhaled. It was weird.
I remember
I was young during all this shit.
Oh yeah, this is like all these stories are fucking like 8, 10 plus years ago, whatever
Right.
the fuck. So
The
like
salvia story is actually the earliest. I was like right when I started like doing shit when I was like 13.
I haven't done anything
It's
like this
oh,
besides
there's salvia, and I was like, what's that? And he's like, I don't know, I've never done it, let's try it.
So
this
what
dude's like
age-
25 I'm hanging out with when I was 13.
How did you get involved in any of this stuff? How did you start like doing drugs? Or,
I hung out
like,
with Sean.
No.
So what? You were the bad influence?
No,
No,
some of this was before I knew him.
Yeah, I smoked
Like-
weed before I knew Sean. I'd been drinking for
I don't
a while.
know. I was just drawn towards a certain lifestyle and a certain kind of person, I guess.
I was the same
People
way.
I was hanging out with. It was like the people I wanted to hang out with and the things I wanted to do.
I remember I wanted to have a bunch of drug experiences. I wanted to just fucking like explore my brain chemistry and see what it could do.
I never wanted to be like a drug head or anything, and I'm still not. Like, I'm not. Like, I'm a parent now. I don't do a bunch of shit anymore.
But these are all
But,
great fucking stories to hold on to. That's the reason to do all this shit in your youth. Like, if there's a time to do drugs, it's in your
Right.
youth before
And
you're an
that's
adult.
what I was
Like,
thinking when I was a kid.
I wouldn't
Like,
encourage
what?
any kids to do that on the internet.
Yeah,
Well, just
Ever.
being young.
absolutely.
However,
not.
in my own life, it was the best time to fuck around. Like, I don't do any of this
Right,
shit
I could
anymore.
not get away with fucking going
right.
on 3-day benders right now at this point in my life.
Lose my
working,
job.
like, right, work too much.
Dude,
And I got a family to raise. Like,
the
like,
craziest
what
shit.
would happen to your kids if you were up and tripping for 3 days straight?
You get them taken by the state.
Right.
The craziest shit that
do
I'll get
something.
into, like, I haven't done any psychedelics really at all since I was like 19, somewhere around there. But I like Molly. I'll do Molly every once in a while. That's fun. And like, I get drunk and smoke pot. Like, that's the extent of my drug use.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know. I've never really
But I
like,
remember-
done anything crazy since I was a kid. What about you? Like, have you fucking done anything like nutty since you were a kid?
Not enough for it to be like noteworthy. Like, there's the every once in a while.
Same here. It's all just casual, like once every couple months.
I
somebody
never
shows
go
up with
out of
something
my
for
way
free.
to do anything, but if I'm somewhere and somebody offers me something, I'm
Like a
"Yeah, I
giant
haven't done
sex
that."
robot.
Yeah, dude, like a giant sex robot.
Yeah.
Like,
Luke, you got a bunch
that's
of these.
on my Christmas list I wanted from Santa this year.
Luke, you haven't chimed in once with all your fucking experiences. Nothing.
I
You
have a
got-
bunch of experiences.
With
What's
sex
your-
robots?
Coincidentally,
What's your most memorable, like doing drugs and having a bad time?
I haven't had a bad time.
You've never had a bad time.
Oh,
with
you
all
lucky
Your...
fuck.
Yeah, I haven't.
I had when I was
Here,
had
smoke nutmeg.
You'll have a real bad fucking time.
I
Let's
remember
see, like I never did the synthetic stuff. Like I never did triple C's. I never did any
I
of
did
that
all
stuff.
that shit.
I like the first time I did LSD, I was like 19 or 20. You know, so
Lucky you.
it's still pretty recent. and-
Oh, you
and
did it when your brain
new.
was fully formed. Ooh, I'm Luke. I did drugs responsibly as an adult.
Yeah,
That's probably when I should have done them. I
I-
probably would
I-
have had a way better time.
I mean, they put us all on Adderall when we were like 6 or at least for me, I was 6. They put me on Adderall. Just people buy that on the fucking street. They're like, you know where I can get some Adderall, and I'm like a kid getting prescribed a maximum dosage for an adult male.
They prescribed you meth. Like, what the fuck? That's
Straight
crazy.
up.
That's what it
It's
is.
like,
so weird, though.
I grew up on that for like fucking years of my life. Like, what does that do to a person?
That's
like,
a good
I feel
question.
fine,
Mm-hmm.
but like, can that do something?
100% it can. It changes
Like,
your brain chemistry being on
right.
different chemicals, especially from an early age when your brain's like just beginning to form.
I don't feel like ADHD anymore. I feel like I can't pay attention sometimes.
I think
I'm
it's
not like
yeah.
hyperactive.
You're just not. You're just
I like-
bored easily.
I like-
You care about what you feel like caring about. That's what
I
I
like
think about
fuck
it.
with shit, like flick my fingers back and forth and shit.
I know
That's
that
like
it-
my outlet.
I know that
don't,
it changes
I
you.
pace.
Because when we were in school, there would be days where like you wouldn't ever take the fucking Adderall, and then like it was like you were fucking normal Sean, like hanging out, fucking around on the bus, like playing music too loud, pissing other people off, like same shit that I was doing, like roasting people and fucking like we get off the bus, have a fun fucking day, we're walking through the streets of Hamilton, we're doing dumb shit instead of being in class. Like you're like, you want to go to my friend's house? It's this fucking punk rock girl that lives in Hamilton. She lets me fucking drink wine in the backseat of her truck. Like, yeah, let's do it. And then like randomly you'd be like, I'm gonna take my Adderall today. I have to pay attention, otherwise I'm gonna fail and they're gonna kick me out of options, and I can't fucking do that. So you'd take your Adderall and I'd get on the bus and you'd be a fucking zombie. Like no fucking smile, no fucking nothing. Like no, like you weren't ready to talk. Like all the sentences.
I was
would
like
end
a sex
fast.
robot.
You were a sex robot. A fucking
Straight
just
up.
quiet, fucking no responses, and whatever you would say to him, like one word responses and shit. If that's what it's doing to you when you were like at that time 17, 18, like I can't imagine what it's doing to you as a kid and shit like that. That's
Right.
gotta.
It's really weird because I remember because I got diagnosed at like first grade or some shit, but
Yeah,
I
like
found
6.
out
Same.
later in my life that my parents were like they had secret cameras in the room to like record me to prove, because my dad didn't believe that I had ADHD, to prove that I had it. I did some weird shit in that class, and it's really fucking embarrassing to think back on. But
Wait, do they still have these videos?
Do you have all the like
No.
psychologists, psychiatrists, all the ink blotter tests? All the
I didn't do any ink
questionnaires?
blot, but I did have to go
I
to a
had to
couple
go to,
therapists, and I felt like it never helped. It was I never knew why I was there. I just was like, well, my parents are making me, so I'm just going.
Yeah.
We wouldn't do shit.
Play
Nothing would
board
get done.
games.
Yeah, just fucking talk.
And color.
Yeah, but I mean, when they were giving you like fucking Ritalin or Adderall and all that shit, like I feel like later in life you come to realize how you can control yourself. At least when it comes to what you want to
Yeah.
pay attention to. Like I can fucking work fine. I'm doing fucking great when
How
it comes
long
to my
were you
job.
on that shit for?
I was
Pat?
on that until like probably like 20 years old, most likely.
From what age?
Really?
How?
From first
For me,
grade.
it was 10 years. Yeah.
So
Really?
it's fucking
10
yeah,
years.
but I mean, I took it on and off because I felt like I didn't need it. It stopped. I felt like personally, I didn't notice that much of a difference in my daily routine because I never took it on the weekends or whatever. But I did notice that my appetite was gone all the time. I had no fucking appetite whatsoever. But when I stopped taking it, I felt fucking great. I felt like more happy. I felt more myself.
I bet if you took one now, you would notice the effects like immediately. Because I did at my last job, 2 jobs ago. I was a server for a while, so everybody just had drugs all the time. But someone gave me an Adderall, and took that, and I just like, I was not like an outgoing server at all. I was like this functional robot dude.
You definitely get antisocial.
It makes you get
right.
shit done that's menial tasks. Like you can do that like over
But
and
I
over
wasn't
and over
like,
again. You can't be personable.
I wasn't
though.
like fucking with the guests or nothing, like able to be charismatic at all or anything.
It takes all that out of you because all
Right.
that's all
Like
the
your
creativity. That's all the.
Personality.
That's
My-
what.
I feel like it definitely zaps your creativity.
My parents
100%.
had me stop taking it around 4th grade because of that very reason.
My
I hated it.
my parents got told over and over again by every single fucking teacher, like, he's ADHD, he's got fucking something, you need to take him to the doctor and have him die. And my mom was like, I don't care. That's
Yep.
what kids act like. She was like, if he stays like this when he's an adult and he wants to
That's
figure
who he
it out
is.
on his own, then, I mean, he can do that. Like, if he thinks that it's an issue that ruins his life, but I'm not going to give him drugs. Like, nope, sorry.
You
not
know,
happening.
for me, Adderall was actually my gateway drug because I looked at it as I knew people who knew I took Adderall and they looked at it as a recreational thing. And they're like, oh, you do drugs that could fuck you up. And I just thought that's like how I rationalized like smoking weed for the first time, which wasn't like a bad choice. I mean, there's nothing wrong with weed, but like that's how it all started. I probably wouldn't have tried anything if it wasn't for that.
What was your step up from that? I feel like that question will go to all
around
of
the
you,
room.
but you, I think you've only smoked weed, correct?
Yeah, and then like when I was smoking spice at that time and had no idea, and I didn't get into the story, but I remember I had some fucked up things happen when I did that. It was some weirdest shit I've ever done.
Okay, so question is, what was your immediate step up after smoking weed? What was the next drug you did after?
Salvia.
You did marijuana to salvia. You did marijuana to.
I think acid with Sean was the next time. That was the first time that I did acid when I was 16. I'd been smoking pot since I was 14. Been drinking since I was like 12. So it was like my gateway was alcohol. Then I went to weed. And then I went to acid. And then I went to cigarettes would be the next drug after that. Like I didn't ever smoke cigarettes until I was like 16. And then after that it was like mushrooms. And then it opened after acid it was like the gateway was open. I was just going to do anything. Like all right, 2C, 2CI, 2CA, 2CB, fucking 25I, fucking like just do everything. Like I didn't care. Like Molly, fucking Sass.
Yeah, I did not give a fuck.
I didn't give a fuck. I was like, let's just
do it. I had
like
suicidal tendencies.
Yeah, just self-destructive as fuck. I didn't care what happened.
I was like,
that's kind of
feel
the
like
phase
invincible.
That's kind of the phase I'm going through now with my experimentation, because I also did acid right after marijuana, because I knew once I was if I was gonna step up for marijuana, I wanted to do a hallucinogenic. I wanted to see stuff, and they were like, well, you should do mushrooms for your first psychedelic, and I'm like, yeah, that'd be nice, but I think I'm going to go with acid.
I've got acid readily available. Let me do this shit now.
Yes.
That's where it was for me, too. I was like, what do you, like, first, who cares? Like, I just want to do something.
Yep,
like,
so I did that, and once I did that, I was like, okay, well, I've done the extreme, acid, so I'm down for pretty much anything that's handed to me. So from that point, I did acid, then I did mushrooms, then I did Molly, Coke, and then... I think that may have been it.
So you've never branched off into like research chemicals or anything like weird? But some of the acid that you were getting,
big ass fucking list.
I've had a bunch of different acid.
I mean, I've gotten into it on here a bunch of times. Like as far as like, I'm sure there's drugs that I haven't taken outside of like heroin, crack, and
heroin
meth.
or crack or meth.
That's the holy trinity of fuck your whole life up. So
yeah,
I'm like,
don't do any of that shit.
Heroin, crack, meth. I've always stayed away from that. I mean, coke's bad, but it's not like I've never seen it affect my life.
I've seen it affect a lot of other people.
Other people, yeah. But every time I've ever done it, it's always like I've been blackout drunk. I did a bump of coke to keep drinking, and then you do another bump, and then
that should be the only time, really.
Yeah, and then
just to keep you going while you're drinking.
And I got it for
DMT.
free.
I've done DMT, but I haven't gotten the full. I haven't blasted off.
Yeah, fuck that.
I did DMT once
at Sean's
house.
I am trying to.
This was your apartment when we were like kids. It wasn't your apartment. It was like your mom's apartment or some shit. Like when you were just living there by yourself. And I forget who it was that got it for us, but probably shouldn't say their name on the internet anyways. Anyways, we had it. We're smoking it out of a light bulb. And I remember somebody was telling me how to do it, and I started to feel like the beds start to fucking float off with the rest of my body and soul, and I was like, all right, I'm done. But it wasn't a visual anything. It was like after one hit, I just like it was the feeling of rising up.
It's so intense.
Scared the fuck out of me.
That's why I never.
And I dropped the light bulb.
Through.
I was like, I can't go. I can't do it. Can't do it. It's too scary.
Whippets.
I did like air duster one time. Me and Sean did it again.
I did a whole case to myself.
What?
A whole
air duster.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
I did it to make my voice sound funny.
Air duster and whippets are totally different. I didn't realize this until recently, but air duster is way more dangerous than whippets. I mean, whippets are still relatively dangerous, but not as bad as like air duster. Apparently, I didn't know that until I looked it up recently because I was like, "What the fuck is? Why do people call it something different?" Keep going though. You did a whole case of air duster.
I did a whole case of air duster.
Was it air duster or
duster? Whippets. My bad.
But
whippets.
why? But why did you do this?
Because I was. Whenever I get with the juggalos, bad decisions get made.
Why are you hanging out with juggalos,
why do you
Luke?
keep hanging out with them?
Because they're fucking. They make you do things you normally wouldn't do.
Make you do things.
That's why he has a goatee now.
Everybody.
But, no, I went up there to hang out with them and smoke some weed, play some video games, and we did that. And then we went to High on the Hill, which is a store in their area. It's a smoke shop. And when we were there, they were getting a new piece, and I got a new piece too while I was there. And Bo, a guy that we were with, decided he was going to buy himself a case. And the other juggalo, Fetty, decided he was going to buy a case. And I was like, well, I'd be a bitch if I didn't buy a case. So I bought a case. And we went back to Bo's place.
How much does a case of Whippets cost at this time?
I don't remember.
What's the going rate?
I think it was like $25. I could be wrong. I think
How long
it's
does
like
this last?
$25. There's like
Seconds.
There's like 20 something of them. The high is only.
I know it's only seconds, but how long did the
but-
case last you? Like, how long were you doing it for?
I made it last for a couple of hours. They made it last.
You did it straight.
They made it They made it last less because they were doing like, okay, so we had a cracker and then we each had our own balloon, because safety and germs, right?
Cracker, for people that don't know, is it looks like a whipped cream container that you can screw a fucking capsule of this fucking gas into.
Yeah, and I would do one into my balloon. I would inhale all of it, and then I would have my fun. I would stand up, lose my mind with laughter, sit back down, get ready to do another one in a minute. Whereas these maniacs were putting three capsules into one balloon, blowing it up into monstrous proportions, inhaling and exhaling with the balloon in their mouth over and over and over again. Then they'd let it go and they'd rock back and forth trying to hold on to this dimension. And you would talk to them, but they would still be able to hold up a finger while they're moaning inaudibly. It was kind of scary to watch.
Okay. And did they try to sing Hatchet Man songs while they were
No.
like any
they
Twisted
didn't.
song lyrics come out?
Juggalos are actually the reason I tried bath salts. Now that I recall.
How did that
Juggalos
go
are
down?
rare.
How'd that fucking
dude.
happen?
Juggalos are rare.
Fucking in Hamilton where we were going to school and it's just like rampant with like juggalos and shit.
Was this Joey the Juggalo that we know that got you to do
No.
it? Okay.
Joey the Juggalo.
I don't think I even knew this dudes. They were like Mike's friends. But yeah.
Right on. So they
So
showed up.
how the
and
fuck they get you to do that? Like, hey, I got
Whoa,
some.
dude! We just tried bath salts. You gotta try bath salts.
I mean,
dude. Whoa! This was this dude that we used to hang out with. And
No,
shit.
they're like this is the new shit. It's like legal, bro. Blah, blah. Like we just bought it at the store. This is what it's made for, and like sounds legit.
Then you bend down and tie your shoes, and you look back, and they're eating each other's faces.
It's great, man. You gotta try it.
Yeah, you just gotta wipe the blood off your mouth when you come down.
Turns all your bad feelings into good feelings, Dewey.
Good.
You never
God.
once bought the drugs.
Chewing on a leg.
Did you guys see the new fucking South Park episode with the
No,
school
don't
shootings?
ruin it. Oh wait,
No,
yeah, I
I've
saw
I've only
that
seen
one.
the first
I saw that one.
episode. Of
That's the
season.
only one that I've seen of the cancel South Park campaign.
There's been like 2 since then. I
Yeah.
need to catch up.
I haven't seen the
watched
last
any of
season
them.
at
Damn,
all.
I wanted to
It's
do
hilarious.
that tonight.
Yeah, I gotta watch that shit. I mean, it was fucking dark the entire time. I love their
Right.
setup for it, where they were like, the only one freaking out is Stan's mom, and Randy's like trying to sit there and be like, is your period about to start? Like the whole time, just like blaming the school
Right.
shooting on
Oh,
it.
shit,
I was like,
awesome.
I was just laughing at it for all the wrong reasons, like every fucking like reason.
they're trying to be horrible.
Can you find anywhere to watch this? Is this on
South
Hulu
Park
and shit?
Studios.
Right.
South,
Just go
oh
there,
yeah,
it's
that's
free.
right. They fucking play
Hulu
every
as well.
You can watch
Hulu.
every.
Yeah, I need to get caught up
You
because I
can
haven't
watch-
seen the past 3 seasons.
I haven't seen the last season at all, but I didn't give a fuck.
It's
Like I was
great.
like, whatever.
They've recently, like, before there was sort of like a canonical series where like episodes followed each other, but like the past couple of seasons they've been following each episode.
It's a serial show
like,
now.
back to
Like,
back.
you gotta
Yeah,
actually
it's
watch
fantastic. PC Principal's been a fantastic addition to that show.
Do they still like? I thought there was a documentary like 6 days to air or something. I think we've mentioned it once before, but it takes them 6 days to make an episode, and it's right before they're about to air online that they finish them.
Yep.
Have
and
you heard
then
about that?
Comedy Central has like no time to fucking edit them or censor them, and that's the whole deal. Like, well, can't get it to you the night before, then I'm not doing the show. And they'll be like, fuck, it's our biggest show. No one watches Comedy Central anymore unless they're watching fucking South Park. We have to give them this freedom.
That's
so, like,
awesome.
Yeah, they still do that. That's 100% real, dude. That I love that fucking documentary.
I hope they don't stop. I hope they just keep going and keep going because it is
You know,
always
they
They
fucking
probably
good.
want to stop and do a different thing. It's just so that's why they're doing the cancel South Park thing. I think. I don't know.
You know
Trying
what?
to be as bad as I can. Go
You know
on.
who I do think should stop?
What?
Family
Fuck
Guy
Family Guy.
and The Simpsons.
Simpsons is kind of getting a
Both
little
of 'em.
stale.
It's
I
the
mean,
longest running show of all time.
Yeah.
Who's watching that shit still? I don't understand.
Baby
Where
boomers.
are they? Who
I
are
think
they?
they just have to keep it going.
I don't get it. But
Like
who's
it's-
watching? Like who's? I don't even know
It's
anyone.
like, well, we're here. We're gonna just keep going.
They forgot about the contract. It's been collecting dust.
No one told them. No one.
just-
They never got the memo.
And who the fuck's watching New Family Guy? Who's watching New American Dad? Like that's
Yeah.
it's all
Awful.
garbage. The Cleveland
Garbage.
Show. It's all trash, man. It's
Yep.
been trash for years. Why is this? Why do they keep reformatting it and turning it into a new Bob's Burgers as the New Family Guy? Like fuck the fucking Family Guy
Yeah.
format. It's done. They already did it. They've
Awful.
done it for a billion seasons and a trillion spinoffs. Like we don't fucking need it anymore.
Yep.
Like
Well,
why
if
is
you
this-
got the 14 channel regular TV, is probably the best thing you could watch.
Who
on
the
there.
fuck has the 14 channel regular TV and fucking who's watching
A lot
shit on
of
the
people,
regular TV?
dude. People that live in apartment complexes, dude. Old ass ladies.
I
They
guess
still
but
got the antennas on top of the flat screen.
they're all about to die, man. Like all the new people
It's
are
gonna be
watching
gone.
everything on the internet. Nobody even has fucking cable anymore. When's the last time you've turned your TV on to like whatever your fucking?
I don't have cable or regular TV.
It's all.
I don't
it's all
have an
baby
antenna.
boomers. All the baby
My
boomers.
TV's a smart TV, and the other one has my daughter's PS3 plugged in.
Because
Yeah.
why fucking would you? There's no purpose for it. Like,
I
it's so
only pay
dumb.
for Wi-Fi.
There's no reason to pay for cable or a house phone anymore. Like
Yeah.
it's just Wi-Fi. That's where you're watching everything now.
There are some companies that try to screw you into bundles where you have to get a home phone along with your like Wi-Fi.
It's fucking
and stuff.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's like
For
fucking
what?
$200 a month too. So you get a phone and your fucking cable and like
Yeah.
a little bit of internet too, and it's shitty fucking internet.
Is that where you're at right now? Is that
No,
what you
it
got?
could be. It could be. I was about to compare that though. I'm glad you caught it. But it's like $200 fucking dollars where you can get fucking all the streaming services out there for like $50 or less, most likely. Like HBO, Hulu, fucking Fire. You get a Fire Stick if you want to get Netflix, all that shit. Amazon, all under $50 fucking dollars.
Yeah,
and
or-
it's just fucking mind blowing that people pay that shit. Oh,
You
I don't
should-
want to keep
you
up
should
with
be
the
able to
young
buy
people.
what you want is the biggest thing, because there's people that would pay for just like 5 channels, and they're not getting. That's a whole other market that they're not reaching because they
good
have a
point.
starting price.
Yep. If you could just select your
Like,
channels, it'd be so much
yeah.
better. And like you
I want
pay
Comedy Central, give me fucking AMC, like shit like that.
That
the
is a
shit
good
that I
point.
want. Yeah, just
Yeah.
don't make me pay
Like,
for fucking 10,000. I don't need 10,000 channels.
Sirius XM.
Don't need it.
I got a free trial of Sirius XM right now. And 2 of the channels, like, I would fucking love those in my car every day. Like, I've discovered so much new music off just this free trial.
That Liquid
like-
Metal channel.
Yeah, Liquid Metal, it played just,
That's a good
just
station.
good shit all day long. And it's like, damn, when the trial's over, I won't have this anymore. Like, I'll pay for just this, but I'm not going to pay for the whole other 1,000 channels that I'm never going to touch.
That's why
and
these
have
companies
it-
keep dying off.
They want it. It's like $50 for 6 months or something like that, and it's like, well, that's $100 a year. And do I want to pay $100 a year to listen to a fucking radio station? That's what
No.
it boils down to. Like, no, I don't.
I don't. I've got it. I can find it on my phone. I can
Right.
fucking get a free Spotify thing. Something.
Yeah.
Spotify's changing the game. for
Spotify's
sure.
$10 a month. That's $120 a year.
Yeah, but that's a year, you know? I mean,
It's the same
cable
price
and all
for
that other
Sirius
shit.
too.
But I mean, you can get deals where you can get like $5 for a year or some shit, or they have promotional prices that they offer.
When I was a kid, I never subscribed to any of them because I didn't have a credit card. But when I was a kid, there was porn sites. That'd be like $9.99 for like a year and a half. And you would see that as a kid, and that you'd be like, "Oh, I want to get on all that." It was
My
before you
parents
had like,
won't know.
it was before Pornhub was out, and you did have to pay for porn and shit.
Yeah,
And you could see like the front page, but that's all you got.
You jerking off to the intro screen
The
with the
fucking
stars
gifs or
over
some
the
shit.
nipples and shit.
Right, it's all covered up. They're like, "If you're 18, press here," and I'm like, "Darn."
You're on the family. You're on the family desktop, hoping your little sisters don't come down. You gotta really get it out real fast.
fucking awful. Well, I think this gets us to our last section because I have to get to bed soon. Our last section, man
Man to man.
Wow,
Man to man.
man to man.
So,
I
man.
had one that I thought of earlier.
This is Sean's favorite segment. He loves man
Oh
to man.
yeah, dude.
Fuck
really?
yeah.
He hates it.
You hate it?
He hates it.
I don't hate it.
He hates it.
Let me just ask you. I only have
I
one
don't
question. It's whatever. Let me get into it. Would you rather live in a world where everyone is a ventriloquist and they had to communicate through their puppets through any speech whatsoever and have puppet voices, or would you rather eat every meal upside down every single day, no matter what it is?
I'm starting to hate Man to Man too.
The meal.
Yeah, it kind of drags on.
I had one earlier. Fuck.
Which of those two,
Would
though?
you?
Do his
The
first.
meal. Obviously.
You eat every single. Well, let's say you have to use
Upside
a
down?
contraption. Yeah, you have to bring a contraption everywhere you go because you have to stand in it, strap yourself up, and it turns upside down like a torture device or something. And you get fed that way.
I could like make reaction videos, get famous on the internet if I had to do that. So I would just like utilize that, get all kinds of reactions, make money off it, off this weird fetish that I have.
It's very strange. What about you guys?
I'll be
Obviously.
honest, I didn't pay attention to the question.
Oh, it was live in a world where there's ventriloquists and puppets everywhere.
Okay.
And then there's
Including yourself. You would
just
be a
eating
ventriloquist.
food upside down.
Well, I think I'm going to go with the food upside down.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it
Yeah,
seems
it's
like...
whatever. I guess it's a boring one. Whatever. Fuck
Wait,
man to
I
man.
had one. I had one.
That's so upset right now.
Yeah, whatever.
I had one. It's would you rather be starving all the time or be tired like you haven't slept for a week all the time?
Starving.
I
Going
guess
starving.
I'd starve too.
I can't stand being fucking tired and trying to function.
I'd rather be tired.
You'd rather be fucking tired? Why?
I know what it's like to starve.
Yeah, but you can eat food is the thing. You
You've
just feel
starved
hungry.
before?
Yeah.
How?
Don't worry about it, officer.
No, for real. What
Tell
do you...
the podcast.
Yeah, what the fuck? Sean just talked about crazy girl that he fucked with for fucking
I've
4
divulged
months.
It's
so
about to
much
get dark,
information
probably.
It's
tonight.
not.
Talk about all the
because I'm
drugs
not
he's
talking
done.
about it.
Right.
That's cool.
Well, you
That's
can't
cool.
talk about it?
I'm not going to.
I take all
Why?
my
Move
stories back.
on.
Don't be a pussy.
I take all my stories back.
Now we're going to have to delete all the stories, Luke, because you won't tell this one story.
Oh, well.
You can't tell this one story?
No, can we fucking move on, Cody? God.
We can't.
It's all good.
Not until you tell the story.
Well, anyways, Sean, I always love when you come on, dude. You're so fun. And
Thanks,
I
man.
can't wait to hear you and Cody's podcast when it comes out. Stay tuned for October 26th.
Yeah, October 26th. We'll be there starting the podcast, 6 p.m. You can get there at 12 p.m., $30 tattoos. Tip your fucking tattoo artist. As always, check out Joey O'Neill's podcast, Shit Talking Cunts, or the STC podcast, wherever you get podcasts, Between the Covers or BTC podcast. And do we have anything else we need to
Yeah,
announce?
don't forget that if you go to this event, you get to see Cody and Luke tattoo their asses.
Don't
Oh,
forget
yeah.
about
It'll
that.
happen.
Shook on that.
Don't forget about that.
Thanks
All right.
again, Clint.
Facebook yeah, Clint Young,
Clint,
thank
you're the
you so
fucking
much.
man.
I love you. I'm not going to give you a hand job unless you give us a $1,500 tattoo. But,
I mean,
or
laptop. He'll do it.
$1,500
though.
laptop.
He'll fucking do it.
What about the tattoo?
Nope, it's not
No.
happening. I don't need a $1,500 tattoo, but I could use a MacBook. I could use a MacBook.
Clint, though, thank you so much. You always so involved, man. You really put on great content for us, and thank you so much for the fucking $30, dude. You fucking rock. Shout out, motherfucker.
Check out the Bastard Sermon podcast group page, and yeah, I don't know.
That's it. I don't know.
Love you, motherfuckers.
Till fucking next week.
Peace, bitch.
Peace.